I've always wanted to become an entrepreneur.
I currently work in human resources, and so I wanted to attain a degree in hopes that it would give me more marketability.
San Joaquin Valley College has given me the tools to start my own little business.
I chose SJVC because they have so many resources available to you.
SJVC is my stepping stone to the next level.
After I attained my degree, I feel like I can do anything now.
How many of you have had a job and you wake up and you say, oh, I don't want to go to that place today? Now you're here at UEI. You have the courage to come here, and we're here to help you discover what it is you want to do. Boom, you got it.
Put this on our patient's arm.
You want to make a change in your life?
There you go.
You've taken the first step to do that. Good job, Miss Liz.
So let's keep working on your resume.
We're here to help you change your life and getting to the career that you enjoy.
What's up, everybody? It's Matt Neustadter, super famous milk surfing athlete of all time. We're here at the U.S. Open to figure out exactly what it is about milk that brings your surfing to a professional level, such as this. Shall we? Cole's here to tell you exactly why he credits milk to his surfing success. So what's up with that, Cole?
Yeah, so actually I'm a fan of chocolate milk, and so I'll do about 16 ounces before I paddle out.
We have two Landons with us, and both of them said that milk is probably exactly what it takes for these athletes to get to the next level. What's up, everybody? We're here with local umbrella legend of Huntington Beach. Our roots run deep in this industry. Getting milky. This kid rips. Look at him. Look and feel on fire.
Yeah.
And that's why this kid rips, dude. If a surfer lands a skateboarding varial maneuver, who gets to name the trick? The surfer or the skateboarder?
I'm gonna have to say the skater.
She's claiming skater.
Because the skater got the sauce.
If he drank milk, would he still have the sauce?
Yeah, because milk gets you swollen.
Milk does get you swole. What's your guys' names?
I'm Matt. Dennis.
Dennis, not as cool as Matt, but I'm down with it.
Whatever the brute sport is, gets to name it. It's only fair.
Wow, that's really heavy. Girls, what's your opinions?
The surfer. And I think Got Milk gets to name it.
Milk gets to name it. High performance surfing milk. What do you guys think about that? What's the claim? They're claiming it's 4 to 5 and milky out.
I think so. I think it's
I mean, it's just the way it's been.
Really just shred the gnar and get the job done.
So thanks for joining me, everybody. I think we learned a thing or two. I know I sure did. We bid you adieu, and Bones love milk, and so do I. Sick. Landed it, came out clean.
What's going on, everybody? It is the Used Guys podcast. I am Sean Neggers, sitting here with Jonathan Bruce on my left.
What's going on?
Reed Ramsey's on my right. Yo. And we're here to talk about things that are cool and things that are tight. Feel me? Just made that up.
He
It's a
just
new
made
slogan
that.
of the show.
Okay, man, you should keep it.
New slogan of the show. So what have y'all been up to, man? I haven't seen y'all all week. You know what I'm saying? Bruce, what's new with you?
What's new? My week? I didn't really do a lot this week.
No, yeah.
Nothing really at
Yeah,
all.
it's kind of
this
been a
week.
dead week, dude. Not many stories for the week.
It's that end of summer feeling, you know. It's almost time for the fall. We're wrapping it up. You know, the school year is about to start. It's that sort of downtime when you realize you only have a few days left to just chill, but like you got to get the fucking work.
Yeah.
It's a feeling. Yeah, I think there's a transitional period.
I haven't had that because I have a job and I've been working all summer. So,
Yeah, but
I haven't, been
I'm
able to
talking
feel.
purely from a seasonal change perspective.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always felt that because my birthday is the 29th. I'm sure you, Bruce, yours is what, the 2nd? 6th?
September 6th.
Sixth.
Yeah, there you go.
So you probably feel the same way as me, too. Like, the end of summer is fucking so bittersweet when your birthday is at the end of summer. You know what
Nah,
I'm
it
saying?
is.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I used to hate it, dude. It was good before, like, it'd be cool because school didn't used to start till the 6th, but you were always fucked. But
I was.
now school starts at, like, 22nd a lot.
Well,
for
no
a
one
lot of
wanted.
these schools.
There was actually when I was a kid, like that was actually a problem because when kids start their first week and then you have a birthday,
You have no one to invite.
like you got to rekindle. You know how you got to rekindle those
Dude,
friendships
it's
that
like-
you lost over summer,
awkward
and it
as
takes about a
shit.
month and a half. So there was one birthday I had. I think I was like 11 years old, and I number one forgot it was my birthday because it was the first week of school. Number
That's
two,
depressing.
I remember it was my birthday at like 1 p.m. My sister reminds me. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm 11 years old. Like you should remember that.
That's depressing. That,
Yeah, no,
that
it is.
Nobody, like, you had no idea.
And then
Dude, are you okay?
it was
For real.
yeah.
Explains a
I
lot.
actually wanted to get into this for that reason.
Well, we're not here
if
for that,
we'd-
but go ahead
well,
and continue your story.
I just wanted some.
We don't want to
empathy.
hear your fucking problems. Just tell us your story.
Well, I was there when I was like, fuck, I have no friends. It was actually like a really sad moment in my childhood. So then I asked a friend.
We can give you a Zoom for this shit.
Cole Halseth, and I was like, hey, do you want to go to the movies? I had to call him, right? And he was like, why do you want to go to the movies? And I was like, yeah, well, it's my birthday. He's like, you no one's over there? And I was like, nah, no one's over here, man. You just want to see a movie with me? And he was just like,
Dude, that's depressing.
yeah, I guess I'll go see a
Sounds
movie
like
with
Bruce.
you.
This has been Bruce's story of his life forever, though. He's always
Well-
kind of been that guy who's like, oh, I'm just hanging out, like, and you're always the friend who's like, what? You're doing everything opposite of what I've done my whole entire life. You should have been planned for this already. You should have had a birthday party. You should have gifts under a
dude.
tree or something.
There should be a tree involved.
We
for
were
sure.
too broke for electricity during that time.
Oh,
there was
get
literally
outta
a
here.
3-week stint where we had to use candles. We would sit at the table with a bunch of candles like we were from the 19th century because my dad left. My mom was working 5 jobs to raise like 5 kids.
Boo-hoo, am I
And
right?
so like the PG&E bill was so big with these 5 kids like constantly turning on lights
And
and
a big-ass
shit
house.
that we would just walk around the hallway holding a fucking candlestick. When you took a shower, you didn't see shit. You didn't know if you were cleaning yourself or
You
not.
were walking around like Ebony
Wow,
Ebony Scrooge and shit.
It's
or
like
whatever
some
the
Harry
fuck,
Potter
Ebenezer.
shit.
It was a constant scary movie because lights freak you out as a
Right.
kid.
So you
because
walked around
it's
with
just-
a fucking little thing.
Yeah,
like,
like
and
a
everything
lantern.
was magnified.
who goes there?
Well, also the house
goes there?
was haunted. We went to so this
Bruce
this
has
in
lived
Patterson?
every.
well,
Hey,
it's Turlock.
every house Bruce has lived in has been haunted.
Yeah, it's other people, not me. Anyways, so this house comes from it was built in 1915. It was an old nursery home, and
You see what I'm saying? Like you don't pick old nursery homes if you don't want to get haunted.
No, it had 2 kitchens. There was a kitchen upstairs, a
Never
kitchen
mind.
downstairs.
Now I see why you picked it.
It had 9 bedrooms. Had 7.
What?
It had like 6 bathrooms. It was crazy, dude. Really big house, but
I
it was
got an
on the
idea.
wrong side of the track.
Maybe don't live a fucking in a mansion and then you'll be able to pay your bills.
Well, no. It was
It's
a
a
really,
big
it was a really
house.
cheap house because it was in the
At the
ghetto.
time.
It was in
Oh,
like
right.
really bad area. But anyways, so we left to LA. This is when we found out that the house was haunted. We left to LA as a family on a trip. And my brother's friends, these 17, 18-year-old dudes, they just want to party. Like, you're not really trying to be freaked out sincerely by ghosts, right? Or anything
No.
like that. We come
Okay.
back and they're like, we're not house sitting for you guys again.
No shit.
Yeah,
What
three
happened?
of these guys, and they're like, James was like, I was woken up last night by the
Are you
radio
crying
turning
about
on. No, he's like, I was
You got
woken
choked-
up last night
choked up about
by
it a
the
little bit.
radio turning on, and then JC said, yeah, he was like, I was upstairs, and there was pounding coming up the stairs. And I thought James was trying to fuck with me.
Oh, wow.
And so I went to the stairs to see, and he was like, no one was there. And I was right in the hallway by the stairs when I heard the pounding. Then I went downstairs, and James was just kind of sitting on the couch, like freaked out because he heard stuff happening in the kitchen. And so they're like, we're never house sitting for you guys again, blah, blah, blah. Now, my sister at the time started seeing shadow, like demon figures on the
Okay.
wall. And she would freak out, man.
Like all the
Hey,
time, or just at night?
Hold on. Is this the house? First of all, I like how you said my sister at the time. Like she's no longer like, you know, at the time she was
well, at
related
the time
to
she was saying shadow demons, like she's
No,
not
but
seeing the
I
shadow
know,
demons
I
now,
get it,
you
I
know?
get it. But hey, hold on.
Reformed.
Is this the house that you told me about that you did that you saw the fucking the eyes?
That was the next house.
See what I'm saying, y'all?
Jeez,
gotta-
there's something chasing them.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
There's-
Anyways,
there's-
but
You gotta catch these.
yeah, but
demons,
were these
boy.
occurrences at night or just random?
No, it was during daytime and nighttime. Anyway, so she was seeing these shadow demon figures, whatever they were,
Shit.
across the walls. And if you like watch After Dark, it's actually really popular. They've been talked about a lot. They're called shadow figures, and like a lot of people see them. They're not silhouettes. They're not. It's not in your peripheral vision. It's like right in front of you. You're gonna see a figure on the wall.
Right.
And it's a black silhouette, like it's a shadow of something, but it's walking on your wall.
Can I say
Walking Phoenix.
I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen one time when I was a kid in the extra, we had a room built, whatever. Just I'm in a living room, and but we had like they had a furnace in the corner, so it was like in the corner. You understand what I'm saying? So there was
Okay.
like a space behind it, and it had like your fireplace now, Bruce, with the thing going up. To
Oh, right.
And I remember I was sleeping on the couch, and this was built like on the outs, like it was added to the house. So like there was a window where the kitchen was, you know, and there was no window there, but there was like a hole, like a square, like there, like, you know what I mean? That could see into this room. And so I seen black shadows climbing, like 3 of them though, climbing from behind the fireplace, right? And I was only a kid, so you know, I just thought whatever. But it was climbing from like the fireplace, like they were just climbing, like looking at me. And they were just black shadows, and it was like damn near dark, pitch black in this room.
What the fuck?
And then I saw it coming from the window too, because the window was like where my feet was, and they were like crawling through the window and shit too. And
What kind of horse shit
I don't
was
know, I
this?
just- I
it's
told
a
my-
thing. It's a thing.
Right?
Yeah, it happens
I'm
all
trying to
around the
think
world.
if I've had occurrences like that in my previous
Nah,
homes.
you would know,
I-
man. My sister
I don't
can't.
think I
She
have.
can't watch a scary movie or a horror movie. She literally has PTSD from seeing these things. It's a very real experience. Now, it's an experience that, like, if I communicate it to you and the listeners, like, your belief system's not really going to totally catch on to it, right? Because it's a personal experience truth. It's not a scientific truth,
it's
right?
not. It's not.
And so,
it
like,
has nothing to do with your belief, man.
Yeah.
When you see that shit, you see it.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But the things I've heard of things like in my hometown. So where I come from Fort Scott. So it's one of the original like forts built up like in the 58th or 57th meridian,
There's
right?
racist.
To block out all the Indians from keeping in to the eastern expansion of civilization as they called it. But we have the old fort, and there's been multiple occurrences of just ghosts. A woman in a in a window, and then there's in the like old guard quarters or like the prisons, like where like people, or the hospital specifically. There's just been a shit ton of occurrences. That's the only thing I've heard of, and I've heard. I know people that have seen stuff there.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of places like that, especially in the Central Valley. There's a lot of places that people
Right.
go to. I'm always like a little bit more skeptical of public experiences because I feel like public experiences can go into hysteria a little bit. But that encounter, or like, what do you call it, mind thought or group thought? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like one
but
person believe it, and then a group.
yeah,
then it becomes stronger.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The weirdest thing was is that so our dogs, Athena and Missy, they wouldn't come in the house, and they always barked and scratched at the walls. They would bark and scratch at the walls from the backyard,
And
they
dogs
refused
are
to go in.
Pets. They say pets, are famous for fucking.
Seeing these things.
So we had a priest take care of it, blah blah blah. The priest
Holy
went in every
shit.
single room. After that, we never had an occurrence after the priest came in. Now, Here's the weirdest ghost story I ever had, dude.
Can I just say something before that story?
Yeah.
I always imagine when the ghost comes in, right? And then the priest comes. You think the group of ghosts are like, son of a bitch.
He got us.
Party's up.
I thought we were being casual about this thing, huh?
All we were doing was banging on some floors every once
Especially
in a while.
if there's like only one right answer, like the Mormon minister comes in like, that's not the correct answer. I'm still here. Like the imam comes in like, fuckers still don't got it right.
And they bring
The
a Catholic priest.
No, the Catholic priest comes in. They're still like, still don't got it right. And then fucking Buddhist monk comes in like, fuck.
God damn it! Our
was a
specific
Buddhist.
breed of demon.
We
They
think-
got us.
How'd they know we were Buddhists? I thought we were going to last forever because
Boys,
there's never any
I
Buddhist
never
ghosts.
predicted it way in Turlock. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but all right. So
the next story
the
you had.
weirdest one was actually in Sacramento by Land Park. I was in this janky ass apartment, and
Wait, you lived in
Was
Sacramento as
this
a
when you were
kid?
going to college there?
no, this is when I was going to Sac City.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
So this
damn.
was about 5 years ago, and it was definitely the weirdest one because this isn't like a scary one. This wasn't a creepy one.
Right.
This
right.
was just all right. So our back patio looked onto like just like shrub.
Oh, I remember
Right?
this. In,
yeah.
By
It was just,
Sutterville.
yeah, it was just shrub, right? It was
Okay.
it was vacant land, right? It was just like a little plot of land. Now to the right, there was a train track. The train track has a fence going all around it, right? On about a block perimeter. Okay.
Sounds
so,
wild.
So obviously, and there's grass growing over the railroad. So obviously the railroad is not.
Is
in
it commercial
commission.
or is it like public transportation?
No. Obviously, the railroad is not in commission. There is a fence going around
okay,
it,
okay,
and there's
okay.
things
I'm getting an
growing in
image
it.
now. Okay.
And there's a tree trunk actually going through the railroad. Now, I'm walking in the living room, just made myself a bowl of top ramen. I'm coming in, and my mom's on the couch.
You don't eat bowls of Top Robin. This fucking asshole puts a fucking square.
Well, no, I changed that. I used to eat it dry, but now I think that
I went
the
to his
way is
house one
better.
time, and here's this fool. He goes, "Do you
You
want
ate
some
it
Top
dry?
Robin?" And I said, "Yeah, dude." And then he comes back out 2 seconds later, and he's like, "Here," and he gives me a fucking square of dry Top Robin, and he sprinkled all the sauce on it.
That shit's hella good. Anyways, so I go
like a
into the
chip.
living room and I'm looking at the back slider door as I'm holding my top ramen, and I see a train on the railroad. And it's going really slow, and it wasn't like in my peripherals. I stopped and I looked at the train and I started scooping up some top ramen and eating
it
it.
was just-
And I was like, "Yeah, Mom." And she's like, "What?" I was like, "That railroad's in commission?" And she was just like, "No, that railroad's not in commission." I was like, "Oh, there's a train right there." I'm still looking at the train. You know, like when trains are going into lots, they're going like 2 miles per hour.
Right, they're just putting along.
Yeah, so I have a limited view, like spatially, like I can see about 10 feet of the railroad from my angle.
But you see
but
obvious
and
movement.
there's it's not even obvious movement. There's 5 lights. There's one big one. There's 3 on the sides, and then I see the back car, and it's the back car, you know, with the lights on the back, and
Right.
it's slowly going like it's pulling
Like the
into a lot.
engine,
And I'm just
right.
looking at it. Like this wasn't like a glimpse. This wasn't like I turned my head
like
and
a
thought
fucking
I
real
saw.
train in
I
real
was
time.
standing there looking at this train going slowly, and she's like, "It's not a commission." I was like, "Come here and look." And she stands up and she's like, "That's impossible. That's impossible." And then she's like, "I'm going to show you why that can't be right. That can't be right." So she gets me in the car. She pulls me to the one side of the block where the fence is. She's like, "Look, Jonathan, there's a fence on the railroad." Then she pulls me to the other side of the block. She's like, "And there's a tree stump in the middle of the railroad and a fence going through the railroad.
was impossible to
can't be a
get in
train."
and out,
And I was
basically.
like, "Well, there was a train there. I was looking at it for about 20
I thought
seconds."
She didn't see it.
No, she saw it.
Right, she saw it too. That's why she was freaked
But
out.
she was
That
like,
is
"That's
gnarly.
impossible." And then I told Jeff Tony, a friend of my family's, and he was like,
JT,
he was
shout
like,
out.
"You saw the ghost train?" And I was like, "What do you mean
It's
the
a
ghost
fucking
train?"
legend or some
And
shit.
he was just like, "The ghost train in
Apparently.
Sacramento," and you can
Yeah.
look it up. I never heard the story. I never knew the story. I never heard anything about it. That sounds ridiculous to me. And I saw it, and then I heard about the legends.
Because you don't hear about a machine being a ghost.
No,
usually.
you don't. You don't.
No,
it wasn't
no, it's
creepy or
usually
scary.
people, at
It's
least.
just really fucking like that's one memory. I have no idea what to do with that. I have no idea what to do with it. What do I do with that?
I don't
What
know.
mean, what
I
does
would
that
write-
prove?
write-
What does that
write
show?
something. I don't
You know what I mean?
It reaffirms the belief that a ghost train
Well,
exists.
you know, I think it opens up.
which
like,
is
what
something.
Is it some kind of like
Because not only you, but 2 people, you and your mom, saw it. That
Yeah.
says something. That's
it is.
significant.
a time lapse?
A time lapse, like alternative universes type time lapse.
Or
do you
just
mean?
how time doesn't exist? Kind of not necessarily alternative universe, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything can happen. Everything that happened has already happened, and everything is gonna happen is
Well,
happened
that's
already.
yeah.
One
you
of
know-
those type
well,
things where it's like, yeah. So yeah, like it's just like this mix. And that's what a ghost can be at the same time. That's why, people might not, when people like discount ghosts, I think it's more based on a spiritual religion reason why they discount them. But like actually just try to like open up your mind to some crazy or fucking
Well, there
idea.
could be crazier shit. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson
Yeah, you
and
can't
Joe
even see it.
Rogan were talking about they were talking about how like the universe is infinite, right? Which means that logically speaking, there's been like infinite amounts of you. There's been infinite amount of times that we've had this conversation right now. We've had this conversation infinite amount of times in infinite many different ways. In one of the scenarios, we're drinking a Sierra Nevada instead of a Corona. In one of the scenarios, you're wearing the Bible outfit and I'm wearing the Deadpool shirt. And like these infinite amount of scenarios have actually occurred. Like think about that.
That's weird.
And Neil
to think
deGrasse
about.
Tyson talks about how like he wonders that maybe humans actually aren't smart enough, and we will never be smart enough to understand the universe because the universe has no obligation of making sense to us.
Right.
So you don't think a computer could make sense of the universe?
No, not at all.
Because a computer is man-made.
Yeah, unless
but-
we advance artificial intelligence really acutely.
I'm talking about
but-
like quantum, I'm talking about AI equal. What's it called?
Quantum computing.
No. When AI reaches the point, singularity. When they reach the
Singularity.
point in which they could like self-sustain without humanity, and they know everything about everything. At least they create their own languages and they do all their own shit. Like, I would think they would take a massive amount of knowledge created about what we know. And then
that's all they have.
Everything.
I know.
All
but
they
to
have.
make an assumption that would say whether or not
Nah.
to a definitive
I get what you're
by,
saying.
by
I think,
human standards.
No,
I
I think
guess.
an AI. So here's what I think about AI. An AI is gonna get only like to a point, right? Like they're gonna get super smarter than us, but at the same time, they're learning information that we've given them and that we are giving them.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it will still be. It's just I don't think that not even especially a machine, ain't gonna be able to comprehend the answers to the universe, and even if they do, we still won't be able to.
You've seen Ex Machina, right?
No. Here's the thing. Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
but that's just an
Is
AI.
that-
They have the ability to research everything online.
Well, but
Their brain
but
is
it's all
Google.
coming from
here's the
human.
point. Here's the point that Neil deGrasse Tyson makes is that what we have to realize is that we are 1% difference in DNA from a monkey, and a monkey,
some smart ass monkeys.
in that 1%, a monkey is able to stack boxes and like get the banana on the top shelf, right?
Right.
And with 1 more percent, we're able to do everything we're able to do right now, right? And so the point put forth is imagine other civilizations, and it's logically, it's 11 trillion to 1 that there is not another advanced civilization has existed. So there's another advanced civilization that does or has existed.
I see what you're saying.
So
right.
the point
Absolutely.
put
What the
forth is
fuck?
like, what if they're 80% past? and as far as intelligence from a monkey, we're only 1% past a monkey. And other advanced civilizations can be 1,050%
That's
past
why.
a monkey.
That's why I believe, like, when they're like, "Oh, motherfucking, you better watch out for them aliens." Some people think like if there's aliens, they're gonna want to kill us. I find it hard to believe.
I think they're just past all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. If there's a
Yeah.
civilization
point,
that is that advanced that they can reach us from a light year, even 1 light year away, half a light year away, okay.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if they have the technology that we assume that they have, and they're that advanced, do you honestly think that they're like, oh yeah, I want to go to this country and kill all those people? Do you like people need to understand, look in the mirror and be like, just understand that we are the monkeys of the universe.
No, we
as
totally
far
are.
as we know right
Yeah.
now, we should consider ourselves the monkey of the universe.
And where it gets fascinating, really fast, Reed, is kind of like bring it full circle. Is so we're talking about ghost, and maybe ghosts don't come from a spiritual realm,
Right,
and so we live in a multi-dimensional space, but it's possible that we aren't able to realize that there is a another dimension. For example, an ant lives in a 2-dimensional space, and if I create a paper, like, all right, so if I only have so much room on my desk, right, I'm using 2 dimensions of my desk, right, and I'm running out of room to put new papers, so I create a file folder that is hanging to put more papers in, right. I've created a 3-dimensional space because humans can conceive of 3-dimensional spaces. But now if an ant was walking on the desk, that paper just vanished that I put in the file folder, right? Because he can't conceive of the 3rd dimension which humans can access, right? So what the question put forth is that what if like seeing a ghost train is another dimension that we possibly can't comprehend? So then we jargon it up for spirituality, we jargon it up for religion, we jargon it up to like scary ghost stories, but it may be an actual dimension that literally is past our comprehension, like the ant on the desk that doesn't understand what happened to the paper.
I agree with that completely. My grandmother.
Hey, can I take an aside real quick?
Yeah.
So I found the rap air horn. So every like right after he just talked, I clicked it. So it's like, bow.
So we can't hear it, but they can hear it. Did
Yeah,
y'all hear
it'll
it?
be on the recording.
To anybody in the group chat? Did
You want me
y'all-
to clip it? I'll show you.
Did y'all hear it?
Well, here, I'll let you listen to the phone. This is what it sounds like. Take your thing off for a second.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's
Nah, but-
yeah.
So what I was gonna say
So we
is,
got a soundboard.
what I was gonna say is, my grandmother, when she was a kid, my mom's mom, used to tell her parents that she saw. Oh, she saw her guardian angel. Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like old school fucking Portuguese people from the mainland, and so they were like, nah, no, you didn't see, you know what I mean, you can't see that. Let me finish, okay? And before you answer this cunt, and so yeah,
Can you
dude, and
see that?
so one day she went out when she was a kid, mind you. This is my grandmother when she was a kid. She went out and she took a picture of it. And I have that picture on my nightstand as I speak. And it's a picture of an angel. And when you see it, it looks like any other picture of a...
Wait, didn't you bring that to us?
No, but it looks like any other picture of a ghost that you've ever seen, like what you would
okay.
expect.
Sort of
But
an
this is like a
outline.
legit fucking, at this point, what, a family heirloom. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, this is real.
That's awesome.
And my grandmother took it, and it's from fucking back in the day where you couldn't fake shit like that. And the story comes with it that, this happens, that she's seen it all the time. And the reason why it doesn't happen all the time, Charles, is something we, I guess, can't comprehend. But maybe some people are just more open and connected to that dimension.
Well, all right,
Charles asking, why doesn't it happen all the time?
So the metaphor
So-
for that is if I...
My
all right,
grandmother, by the way, was super spiritual her whole life. And
Right.
always
Yeah.
talked about that kind of shit.
Yeah, but do you think that people who believe in these things are more likely to see them occur versus someone who
Well, that's why
just
the-
is like anti?
Well, yeah, because if you're like, oh, no.
Or
I
do you
don't
think
wanna,
it just happenstance?
you
It's
know,
just time and place.
If I want to sit here and believe that cops aren't killing innocent people, then every time I see someone get killed by a cop, I'm going to think that they deserved it.
well, all right. So, Charles, the reason
know-
that
oh.
you may momentarily see it is that all right, so if you can only perceive of dimensions, like, all right, so if you have a circle of a window, right in front of you, it's a small circle of a window, and a huge sphere is kind of passing, like an oval sphere is passing through that window outside, you would say, hey, here comes something. It's a color coming in the window, and then the window is smaller than the sphere coming in, so you wouldn't actually be able to perceive it as a sphere. You would see it as a color. You would see it as a color just coming across that just fills the window. So you would never be able to clearly delineate what exactly that is, what the shape is, what the reality of it is. And so then
This is detail.
what you would realize is not what it is. And so with like ghosts and everything that kind of happens, it's possible that they come from alternative universes within the infinite landscape of our own reality. But because it's from another dimension, we can't perceive of the true reality of what it is, because we can only see in certain dimensions. We only perceive of certain dimensions. So if these
That's a
ghost
human
trains,
thing. You think that's a human trait?
yeah, well, yeah. We can only understand so many dimensions, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but you
we're-
don't think
we're-
we can comprehend that?
Nah, I don't know.
Okay, here's something though. Here's conspiracy.
I agree with that, yeah.
So multi-tier conspiracies here. So first tier, in terms of extraterrestrial, there's this scientist or someone who worked for the Canadian government at a time, who like wrote a book about how like we've communicated with multiple sort of species
Dingleberries.
of aliens, like they call it like the big whites, or like that was one of their names, and like they had like this shape that he drew out and everything, and he went to court multiple times pressing it. That's one level of conspiracy that we've already been working with some of these people.
I mean, I
some of
believe we
these,
have.
some of these species, some of these.
I believe. I'm gonna say something when you're done.
folks.
Yeah.
That's like one level. The other level, in which what was his name? Bill Cooper. Also sort of spoke to at a certain point, because he was like a naval sort of intelligence officer, and he had access to high level shit. One of the other things is like he thought that there was going to be like all this, extraterrestrial communication and sort of knowledge and stuff. But the closer he got, the more it showed that it was just sort of a conspiracy to bring together the world governments in order to fight against an alien foe. That is another big historical controversy, is that it's dissolve all other world governments and it becomes like one United Nations.
That's what I wanted to touch
basically.
on real quick. Is that
Everyone is a part of everything.
Well, no, that we have been in contact.
Like one dictator.
I believe that
Or a
crazy,
few.
what's considered a crazy theory, crazy conspiracy, that we have been in contact with other species from other
Whoa.
planets.
Right.
Wait, and that we have had their technology, and that they've been willing to share it with us, and that we've used that in secret.
Covertly. Yeah.
And we've built these ships, right? And this is what I believe, by the way, way before what I'm going to say. That we've had this, and that one day, the powers that be are going to use those against their own people to say, "Oh, look, we have all these other threats." And then think about how much money a
Wells.
space war is going to cost.
War of the Worlds. That's
because
what
of
that book's about.
because of the money that shit's all up on his shirt.
Oh, I got it.
Because of the money that how much it costs to make a space weapon is what I'm getting at. And then all of a sudden you have this president come up who might as well be the fucking the devil.
Let's talk about the Space Force after we
And
talk
then,
about
and then
what
he goes,
he's
and
gonna say.
the first thing he said, though, you got to pay attention, right? First thing what he said that hinted towards it is, he accidentally said that. Remember that shit when he accidentally said it? He wasn't supposed to, and he's like, we're thinking about a Space Force too.
Yeah,
and
all
he's
of
like,
his advisors said don't.
And
do
he's
that.
like, he's like pausing for a second. He's like, we're thinking about a lot of things in space, because that's how Donald Trump corrects things.
Oh,
he can't admit like,
that's also a good
I need to
topic.
stop.
Yeah.
But he was just more like, no, this. And dude, if you don't fucking think that motherfuckers have the technology already, they don't have their own spaceships that they're gonna use on us and pretend that they're aliens, you're a fucking idiot.
Or that Roswell
and if
was
you're
real.
and let me, here's the problem though, is that 90% of the fucking Earth is gonna believe that they're aliens, and we are, and 90% of the Earth, I'm sorry, it's fucking idiots. So we're gonna be doomed when that happens, because people are gonna be like, yeah, let's fight those aliens, and all that's gonna do. Here's my fear about that though, in the long run, is piss off.
Whatever it's
Yeah, hopefully I'm
watching.
thinking that they're like above us, because here's what I like to think. You said we're 1% difference between us and a monkey, right? And we have Buddhist monks who are able to be very peaceful and understand this piece of the earth. I'm hoping that a Buddhist monk is the trash of the alien planet. You understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I know.
Like they're the worst part. Like that's how
Right,
more
yeah.
advanced they are. That like even they are like considered like they
Yeah.
still don't even understand. So that they won't even still get pissed, and maybe hopefully they just come down and punk us.
Well, I mean, not to be like too disappointing on that. I think it would be dope. We probably would go at war with them. I think it would be dope if there was another civilization concurrently.
I agree with you, but not if we choose to
That
go
would
to
be
war with
leverage.
them.
Well, no, but here's the thing:
I don't
is
see
Bill
that
Bill
happening.
Cooper?
I do.
Bill Cooper, the name he talked about earlier, was this dude in Air Force intelligence. He was given a report
Force, yeah.
that talked about alien civilizations and diplomacy that was going on with them. He was in Air Force intelligence when he read that report, and it blew his mind. It blew his mind, and he was wondering, why did he get that? It didn't really have to do with his specialty of intelligence, but he still had it on his desk to do a debriefing on that file. And then he realized, after talking to a lot of people and reading more into it while he was in Air Force intelligence, that it was part of a program to convince certain people in the Air Force and in the intelligence agencies that alien civilizations exist when they don't. And So if you want to talk about the deep state, there is a different type of deep state, and we'll get to Alex Jones' version of a deep state really quick. But the deep state that actually does exist is there is a multi-leveled, deep part of the intelligence community that even sabotages and does espionage against the military and the CIA and the FBI, making them believe that aliens do exist. And it goes down to a speech in 1915. Or 1918, I believe.
But isn't that just like a group of people trying to debunk aliens?
No. It's not.
No, these are people in the military intelligence community.
That's my point.
No, it comes down to a belief system, and it comes from the same society. And this society in 1918, when there was not even really airplanes happening, right? When there was no like folklore a lot about having like UFOs or fake UFO videos.
Yeah,
this one
that
dude,
was Roswell, 55.
Yeah. He said
That was like the first.
Yeah, exactly. So it was
Some
like
instances in like
you know,
Russia, but that was
37 years before that. This dude on this United Nations meeting when that was first being drafted by Woodrow, right? Was that it?
Woodrow Wilson? Yeah.
He said that the only way to unite the world and to advocate for a one
world
cohesive government is if you convince the population that there is an alien threat. An alien threat they thought was the most efficient, effective way. So
strategic use of that word.
So William Cooper devoted his life to figuring out isolating what this deep state is, who they are, and how they operate, because he's found out the lineage of their belief systems, and it goes back to Egyptian era, right? That's like why the American
like the Masons and
and like
even deeper than
like
that.
the the medical symbol with the staff and the snake going around it, Egyptian, right?
Yeah.
All these symbols come back to like Egyptian folklore, and like the Masons like really fetishized it. Like the Washington D.C. monument, the tall dick. It doesn't line up actually with the United States House of Representatives.
Where's the lineup?
It lines up to the Institute of Masonry. They perfectly lined it up to them.
Wow.
Because the architect was a Mason.
Was a Mason.
Was a Mason. And the flag was designed based off one of the founding buildings of Masonry in Europe, where they use stars, which is why stars represent our states. So a lot of this comes down to Masons, right?
Right.
And
what was the other group? Freemasons and
Illuminati?
The Knights Templar.
Yeah.
The Knights Templar was the foundation of...
So the Masons, the assassins?
Well, all right, no. So William Cooper found out that it really comes down to the Masons' control of basically every institution, and that the Masons really have a vested interest in people definitely believing that there's aliens that exist. Anyways, he devoted his entire life to this. William Cooper, interestingly enough, actually predicted 9/11. In May of 2001, he had his like little podcast show, and he was like, CNN just interviewed bin Laden, which they did, May of 2001. They interviewed him. You know what he said? You can pull it up on YouTube. He says this. He's like, I bet you in a few months there's going to be a big attack on the U.S. and they're going to blame it on bin Laden. He was like, how is bin Laden #1 on the CIA FBI most wanted list, and CNN finds him? CNN gets into the cave? CNN had the intelligence to find him?
Motherfuckers, think about it, motherfuckers.
Anyways,
open up your goddamn
Do you know what
eyes.
happened? The FBI and the IRS was after him over fraudulent charges.
video.
Yeah, there we go. Can they hear it?
No,
they can't
but
hear it.
no.
Okay.
This is on the other monitor.
So it was 2 months prior to 9/11, according to the video. But he died before September 11th happened.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he
Bill
just-
Cooper, William
Bill Cooper. So he died a month after this. That's William Cooper right
you
there.
can't hear it.
But
Let me see if there's. There's closed captions.
So he was killed.
Here's
Yeah.
closed captions.
Yeah,
Here's
no,
closed
this is how
captions.
he was killed, is that he actually moved his family to France because he knew the government wanted him dead. Bill Clinton called him one of the most dangerous voices in America because of the way he was calling out the way the government was how do you say that word?
Subservient.
Subservient, right? And how it was trying to manipulate the American population by these symbols, by the slow way imagery was working in the United States, by these 9/11 attacks, right? And so he moves his family to France for safety. Now, 2 SUVs pull up to his lot a month before 9/11, right after he predicted it. And these 2 SUVs are on his lot playing loud music. So he gets his gun. He thinks it's just rowdy college students, and he tells them to get off his property. He lives on a ranch, right? And then instantly,
France, right?
yeah. And there's a documentary on his death because he was actually on the phone with his friend at the time, and his friend was still on the line. So his friend actually, and in this documentary, you can hear the commotion. You hear William Cooper step out of his house, and he's telling these kids who he thinks are a bunch of frat boys, because he's like, man, I think these college kids are on my land again. He goes outside the house. He pulls out his gun just to like scare them. He's like, get out. And all of a sudden, he gets closer to the SUVs. He realizes these aren't college kids. These are just like FBI, CIA agents.
Right.
So he immediately starts running to the house. They get out of the SUVs. They start shooting at him. And I think he starts shooting back. They cap him in the knees. And the autopsy showed that he was executed. He was shot directly in the head. Shot directly in the head. Execution style by the U.S.
Why would
government.
they need to do that otherwise if he wasn't actually didn't have actually any real shit?
Exactly.
You wouldn't really be worried about, because there's plenty of people out here talking shit all the time.
Exactly.
And like, you know what I mean? Ain't no one coming up to kill me. I've been asking for it.
And he did this without the internet. He knew all these things without the internet.
Because
he
read and
came from
read,
the actual
and he
intelligence
came from-
community.
yeah.
And he read all the history of all these groups and where the control actually lies. Like, this is one conspiracy theorist that soundly was not a theorist.
No.
He was so fact-based. So fact-based.
No, he was 100% fact-based. Like based in the like what he believed to be like a very strong truth by evidentiary standards.
Yeah.
Like,
and just use logic. How is CNN getting a fucking interview with the most wanted on the FBI list?
Right.
You kidding
And
me?
what he just said on the video was that the largest security apparatus, the largest like covert operations apparatus in the history of the world, with the largest budget in the history of the world, is trying to find this dude for years, like since like
And they
early,
can't.
and they can't. And then there's an interview of him.
Yeah.
That's fucking a huge slap in the fucking face to
Well,
people
there's
who.
plenty of slap in the face regarding around the shit that they blame motherfucking what's his name for. But so I walked out. This guy believes in aliens?
No. His point is that
They've been making up aliens.
They've been making up aliens
Yeah.
to the intelligence community.
I don't know
To
about
make
that.
it a threat.
Well, I guess I could understand if
It's a
they've been
two-sided thing. Like there's either I don't know. I feel like there is a division between like that thought. It's just a conspiracy to threaten civilization, and like it's a reality. Like they fucking exist.
By the way, just fun facts on William Cooper. William Cooper really dissects the JFK killing.
yeah.
Do you know where he was killed?
Where?
In a fucking Mason Plaza.
Who?
JFK.
Oh, that was a Mason Plaza?
That was a
There's
Mason
a lot
Plaza.
of shit.
Well,
like
first
the
of all,
flames, there's statues.
Let me
in
tell
it.
you. The conspiracy theorists that I know personally, I'm not going to tell y'all how. But the one that I do know
shit.
is
Uh-oh.
he truly, and this is an older man. Hit that one more time.
Double rap horn.
This motherfucker, he does his research like you said from the internet, right? He looks up facts. That's how he looks his shit up. But one thing he always says is that Masons, they're behind it all, boy.
Yeah.
Masons
Exactly.
are behind it all. Yeah, I was gonna drink that last one if you could just not drink it.
Can I have a sip?
I guess,
But
but I'm not gonna have none of those. So. But go ahead.
Okay,
yeah,
I won't.
drink half of it. I don't care. Fucking asshole. Anyways,
But yeah, no, it's
Tastes like
it's
candy.
it's actually
Jolly Ranchers.
that's why I get into it,
in
boy.
the folklore of
I'm pissing like a motherfucker today too.
Egyptian myth, there is the king. Now, who was always in charge of the king were the what do you call them?
The guys who were brick masons.
The religious leaders
Oh,
of Egypt.
the,
What did you call them?
Pharaohs?
No,
those were the kings.
The what do they call them? Or what do they call them?
Let me just look it up here. Kings of Egypt?
No.
Not-
No. Religious
come on.
leaders of ancient Egypt.
The ones-
Anyways,
the
they
ones
were
who did
really
drugs
in charge.
and
Yeah. They were the ones really in charge. They told the kings what to do. They interpreted events so that way they can compel the kings to do what they wanted to do. Masons model their search for power in that same way. They consider themselves the religious leaders of ancient Egypt, right? So they control the leaders as the religious leaders in ancient Egypt did. That's how they consider themselves. But
Oh, the pharaoh was the political and religious leader of Egypt.
No, it was like the
it's
president.
the
I'm talk-
priest,
we're
the high
talking about
priest, the high
the,
priest, the high priest. That's what it is. That's what
yeah,
they're
but
called.
the high priest was a
And high priest of every temple as lord of that was
Charles,
the
what are
pharaoh.
they
That's-
called?
That was the pharaoh.
what are the
No,
fools
we're just
called?
talking about the Egyptian priests.
All right, go ahead.
Anyways, they consider themselves that, but in the lore of ancient Egypt, there is what they call the sacrificial king. The sacrificial king is who is the king that they allow to rule temporarily shorter than other kings that they have controlled. But they allow that king a temporary moment of freedom away from the high priest. It's a ritual, right? And so JFK was the sacrificial king.
Oh, in the assassination.
Yes, and when they kill when they kill the sacrificial king.
Oracle, dude. Oracle is what I was thinking of.
Oh, Oracle. Oh yeah, no, that was Greco.
Yeah,
That was Roman Greco.
Okay.
Greco.
But what they do when they kill the king is they stab him twice with a spear. How many times was JFK shot?
Was he shot twice? Once in the neck, and then once in the back of the head.
Twice.
Fucking got blasted, dude. I watched Watchmen again today. You know when they.
Oh, in the very beginning when
it was the comedian.
Yeah.
The whole time. And let me tell you.
He was just standing there with a rifle and he walked away.
And let me tell you, times were changing. Okay, well, that's the song they played in the beginning.
Isn't that Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the comedian?
Sure. The guy, Megan?
Yeah.
So what? Name Megan.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, let's finish the discussion on that, and then let's move on to
Alex Jones.
Disney stuff for shit.
Oh yeah, no. But
let's finish that up, and then
But you know, to end that discussion though, Charles,
we could talk about that
with
forever.
InfoWars is Alex Jones. I hate the Alex Jones of the world. I'm glad that he got censored because what William Cooper did was William Cooper exposed truth, and he was genuine and he was passionate about it and he believed it. Right? What Alex Jones did was he took that fervor that existed with passionate, like, who I think were just preachers of society, and he monetized it. He used it for gain. He used it to get a Corvette. He used it to get a private jet. He used it to, wear nice watches on his wrist. And so he would talk about frogs making people gay.
Did you know he also has his own line of supplements?
Yeah,
did
Charles,
you know that?
Charles is a fan.
So,
yeah.
Let's clarify that. Charles
Was he really
Astorga, he stood up for him when I said he was a piece of shit. Charles Astorga was like, I love him, boy. It's America. Praise America. And I'll tell you where he lives if you message us.
Oh, my God. I mean, like, it's fun to watch. I mean, I've watched him before, but never, like, I don't know.
Nah,
You
dude.
take it with a grain of salt. It's like, wow, this dude is kind of crazy, but it's hilarious
Dude,
to watch.
You should see him
It's
when he's
entertaining.
like. You ever seen when he's like trying to promote like a milkshake that he sells, like you said, like a supplement, and he's like,
we can't do the show.
No, he's like-
if you don't buy the supplements,
"Hey, man,
we really need
let me
your
tell y'all, this supplement.
support.
Listen, here's what he did though. Look, he goes, this supplement right here, man. This is one of the. I mean, you could drink this. I would just drink it just as a treat. And he goes. Oh my God, that's good. Yeah, that's really good.
Wait, can we get a close up and we'll take one of Alex Jones.
This is Alex Jones trying to sell you one of his supplements. Okay, where we at? We're on camera 2 right here. Are we at camera 2? Here's what he does. Here's a fucking what's his name?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones trying to sell a fucking milkshake that he thinks is gonna make it. It's good for your fucking health. Right there, it's good for everything. You drink this. It's one of the greatest shakes. I mean, this is a shake. The guy's selling it. And he's like, this shake. I mean, I could drink this as a fucking dessert. I could drink this as a dessert. I mean, come on. Oh yeah, really good shake. It's one of the best things I ever drank. That's literally how he looked when he tried to sell it.
I know.
And he's like, yeah, dude, give us your money. Give us your money, okay? And by the way, Trump, 9/11, that's all he ever did.
Hillary and Obama, they smell like sulfur.
God, I hate
The
him.
little goblins that come out at night.
Honestly, it makes me like it kind of like renews my
They're turning
belief.
the frogs gay.
For real. It renews my belief in God because I'm like, finally, you know what I mean? Like you've been, sitting around for a while up there, letting people, do what they want. Okay, bro. Like you haven't been doing your
That's your opinion on the censorship?
You have not been doing your job up there. But at least you got fucking one guy off of the air. You're still gonna let all these people die. You know what I mean? You're gonna let all this bad stuff happen because free will, as you call it. But hey, at least you got this guy off the air finally.
So
hey, thank God or thank you that you got off of your fucking chair, dude, and you took some time to fucking pay attention to the fucking big giant rock that you apparently fucking created.
What if God is on a chair and he's like, oh, fucking Earth, shit. I think I left that on like
here's how I literally imagine him sometimes. I literally imagine him like this. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What's up? No, Jesus, I'm just fucking checking my Instagram. Why, what's up? Is there anything good going on? Anything good? Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of people dying on Earth. That giant rock they created? Oh, is there? Yeah, hold on a second. You should see this ass. What were you saying about Earth? There's something. Hold on. What's going on? Hold on. Let me see. First thing he clicks is fucking that guy, and he goes, whoa. Nope. That guy doesn't agree with me. Hold on 1 second. There he goes. He's banned. Hold on a second.
So that's how Alex Jones.
Let me look back at this ass. Oh, my God, Jesus. Have you seen what I've created with the butts? I mean, Sasha Grey is amazing. She says my name a lot. Oh, my God. By the way, if you've watched Jesus, she gives me a lot of shout-outs. I'm not meaning to brag. I'm just saying, She shouts me out a lot. A lot of oh, my God. I mean, but anyways, yeah, I banned him. Now leave me alone. I got some fantasy football to play for the next fucking 255 years. Bye-bye. That's pretty much how I imagine what's going on up there. Oh, you said what? People are dying on Earth, getting burned alive. Kids are getting raped and getting skinned and getting worn by white people.
Okay.
I'm a little busy right now. Sorry, I don't have time to help you. The whole. What do you think I came up with the whole free will clause?
Yeah, but
you think I came up with the free will clause so that I could work on it? No, I know. I realized Jesus Christ, son. Son, I came up with all this shit. I need a break. Son. I need a break from all this madness. What do I do? And then you said, I don't know, Daddy. Maybe just come up with a free will clause or something. Oh my God, you're genius. I'll tell them that they got free will so they can go fuck each other and kill each other, and I'll just pretend like, I just let it happen because it's okay as long as they ask for sorriness at the end. Okay? And then they come up to the gate. And
he's really shifting the topic.
They come up to the gates, and he's like, and here's him. Oh, I'm gonna go to the gates from fucking 6 to 8 p.m. at night. I'm gonna go to the gates. People have been waiting all day. Well, I'll go to the pearly gates from 6 to 8 p.m.
What were we talking about earlier?
People come into the gates. And they're like, I'm sorry, and you're the greatest. You ended. You're the greatest. You didn't say you're sorry. You're going to hell. Next. Been dedicating my whole life to you. I'm sorry for killing all those little kids, and you're the greatest. You entered. I never did anything wrong, and I just don't necessarily believe in you. You're going to hell. Next. You know what I mean? That's pretty much. Like, I just imagine him coked up, going crazy, off of cloud
Never
dust.
sleeping.
Going off of angel dust, just fucking doing lines of angel dust, just. Whoa, boy! Who's next, boy? Let me tell you what's going on in Texas.
Dude, okay, but
possible.
I was gonna say a couple things. I was gonna say a couple things. I'm sorry,
Lord, I'm gonna go to hell for all this.
The first thing, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna say two things. The first thing, Charles' question was, Alex Jones, should he be censored? Right? I think he should, because I feel like he was doing damage to multiple people. He was in multiple lawsuits with families of Sandy Hook shooting, right, and stuff like that, and just inspiring bad opinions at the same time. What happened?
What about the shootings?
He said they were fake.
Yeah, he said they were fake.
The families.
Yeah, and the families sued him.
Go ahead.
But Alex Jones gained 5.6 million new followers in 24 hours after he was censored from YouTube. Basically, all social media: the Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all streaming platforms, Twitter, all of it, basically. But he gained that many followers. So did it ultimately solve anything? He can go to any private website. He could buy a platform. He could put videos up. He could record them. He could put them in a million different ways.
Website
he could go to Reddit. He could create his own website. It's not like his message isn't going to be disseminated, but I think it's a double-edged sword. Because also what YouTube did earlier this year is they purged a bunch of weed-related videos, even if they were in legal states. They did that a long time ago, which was a form of censorship.
Retarded.
It just shows you that they're sort of in the back pockets with people, ultimately. They sell data. Everyone basically has this old black market of data that's sold between governments and like independent agencies for marketing. That marketing ultimately doesn't even exist anymore. It's metadata. If you can write an algorithm to find metadata on people, like it replaces the need for marketing because you have instantaneous product placement and subsidious sort of fucking things. But that was I don't know how I got on that tangent.
Well, let me because speaking of somebody,
I was gonna say something else, but I
if you don't mind me
Yeah.
changing subjects a little bit, just from someone getting banned. So this week also came out that Disney's kind of back channeling.
they think that you should.
Disney's back channeling their whole thing with James Gunn,
Oh, this is a good segue.
right?
Yeah,
So what do you think about
this is also a segue into the Overwatch stuff. later.
right? Like James. So now there's a. It sounds like there's a chance of James Gunn coming back because Batista. I don't know his fucking actual actor name. Is his name just Batista?
Dave Batista.
Dave Batista from the WWE turned into what's his
Drax.
name? Drax. I want to call him Drooks. Drax from whatever.
Have you seen Guardians?
Yeah, I know, but he looks more and acts like a Drooks. But so he's come out and first he said he won't do it right unless he gets to use James Gunn's script, and then obviously his publicist and agent were like, "You're an idiot. You have to correct that because motherfuckers are paying you." And he came out and said, "Oh, I'd be doing him a dishonor." But it's opened up this whole topic of the possibility of maybe James Gunn coming back. Wouldn't that be a blessing, y'all?
It would do the franchise justice if they want to shove it into the ground.
It would do so much more than that.
Because Guardians 1 was good. Guardians 2 was really like great. Guardians 3 could just be like this apex of a trilogy that we don't see often.
Dude, if they don't have them, it's just like, don't even make it then.
If
just
they,
give it
if
the
they
fuck
don't
up.
have James Gunn, it's not going to do well.
Like, don't do it. You
I
can't
don't
make
think so.
You
How do you
can't.
replicate it without overdoing it or
That's like
looking
saying,
at the
hey,
subtleties,
yo, do
you know?
Do you like Bruno Mars and his first 2 albums? Well, listen to his 3rd one where it's not him at all.
Well, the fucked up thing about it is that, to me, if they lose him as a director, that sucks. But it's not as bad if they lose his screenplay, and that's what Dave Batista specifically said. Is
It's
that
like, keep his screenplay.
keep his screenplay. Because he's been the one with this story all along. It's his
Right.
story. The trilogy is
staying
his story.
true. Okay.
So to get a new screenwriter to write a 3rd act when he didn't build the first 2 acts
It's ridiculous.
is stupid. It's absurd.
It really is. I mean, it's fucking.
There's no
stupid,
way that
dude.
story is going to be consistent in the 3rd movie when you have a different screenwriter.
Right, and you can't expect it to be at all. Like
No,
you have
not
to
at all.
fucking understand that that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you know, there was I was watching Fat Man and the Batman like a few weeks ago, actually with Charles, and I can't never remember their names. They're very novel, but the writers of all the Captain Americas and Infinity Wars, they've always written together all the Captain movies and Infinity Wars. What they were doing a Q&A at the end of Fat Man and the Batman, and a user asked them, one of the audience members asked them, they were like, what do you have to say about some of the audience who saw Infinity War thought that Gamora kissing Star-Lord was a little bit too soon? And they were
In
like,
Infinity War.
yeah.
Right.
Gamora kissing.
When they have
maybe-
that scene, they're like
Well, it
talking
wasn't.
about
I don't think
the
it was too
secret that
soon.
she
It was
has.
just like y'all like slowed their relationship. Like you had a whole fucking movie in the second one to advance it, and you had them dance together. Like, I mean, I know I'm kind of shitting on James Gunn because he helped write.
No,
he wrote
I
that.
mean-
But dude, like-
Infinity.
like
Okay.
you, no, not Infinity, but like the whole second Guardians. Like you could have
Right.
taken care of that in a second. Like, what'd you think?
Yeah,
the whole,
but-
that everybody was like, no, they're never gonna fall in love. Just
So
fucking.
wait, did
I
you
liked
think
it.
it was off pace?
No, I don't think it was off pace, but I don't think, but I could see people being like, you rushed it all of a sudden. Cause we've had this conversation too, like the whole relationship with him and all of a sudden, like they just did a bad job in the second one of advancing their relationship.
You think so? I don't think
No,
so. I thought it was
no.
really well
I
done.
feel like it was
Well,
a very
then-
subtle approach.
If you believe that, then I guess I do believe that the third one was just too advanced because it was like, wait, all of a sudden. But then again, it's been 2 years.
I believe
But-
it.
well, here-
The moment they went through everything they went through after
I
all
believe
the
it too,
second-
but it's been 2 years. Like
You
I'm just
know.
saying, I understand like the other people's perspective from it.
This is why I don't. All right, so I was surprised when I figured out that was a complaint. Also, what I was about to get at was that the two writers in Infinity Wars, I like them. They're doing a good job. Yeah, they're doing a good job. Except they said there's a short one and he's bald, and then there's a tall one who looks nice and reasonable. But the short one who's bald, I do not like that writer because immediately he was like, "Well, that's James Gunn's fault," and then the other writer was like, "Well, okay, James Gunn's."
When they brought that up,
Yeah, that was their answer. Like, well, that was the short bald dude. I can't remember the fucking name.
who gives a
but
fuck? He's short and
anyways,
bald, and you got a small dick.
But yeah,
I just
he
can't
just had a
believe
dick
it's that
answer.
much of
But
an
also,
issue.
my
I can, for sure.
but when I'm watching it, it makes complete sense. At the end of
very
Guardians of the
consistent.
Galaxy 2, they had this entire quip through the second movie, like, "What are we?" And like you could tell Gamora thinks she's a thing with him, but she doesn't want to admit it. Like I thought
Right.
they advanced it very well in the second one. And at the end shot is her putting her head on his shoulder and like them holding hands. Perfect, their relationship. I'm confused
You're
why
just supposed.
fans are like,
I guess I get what you're saying.
why do they kiss? Well, what motherfucker? They're holding hands.
Infinity
and her
War
head
was
is
a
on his
big
shoulder.
deal.
You don't think they fucked or kissed in those 2 years?
You want to know why? Is because there's a bunch of people who didn't see the fucking words 2 years.
Right.
Or like, 2 years
Also,
later from.
here's the other thing. Clearly, after the first two, Gamora cares, right? And she knows that they're probably going to get beaten by
she's
Thanos.
cared since the beginning. You could tell. Like,
Yeah.
It's always, you always knew it was going to become a thing. I'm just saying they could have kissed and they might as well, like, I think that whole kissing shtick that they use in writing and in Hollywood is like fucking so Spider-Man, the first one they made with Tobey Maguire. Get over it. Get over the kissing.
Hey, fuck you, man. Best kiss, MTV Awards.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been.
Was that really what
Spider-Man
happened?
one, yeah.
Of course it was, but
You didn't see the trailer
it's
to
still. I mean, look, it's still a famous kiss because it's an upside
the
down.
two gay
kiss.
monks,
No,
Robert Downey Jr.
We're not, don't,
and
don't,
Tobey
don't,
Maguire.
don't.
You never saw that trailer?
Yes. I was talking about Tropic Thunder, but it's just wasting time.
Oh, okay. It's a waste of time. Okay, yeah,
But,
yeah. I get it.
Fucking, what was I talking about before
Oh,
this fucking
my
Irish
God.
prick interrupted me?
Damn it, he
the
interrupted
kissing
both
thing
of
in
those.
Marvel, and like how there's a fetish of
Gamora
like kissing
and-
and people kissing.
Like, just let them kiss in the second one.
Infinity
you
War
fucking-
was a big deal. Infinity War was a big deal. It was
No,
a bigger
man.
deal than Guardians 3.
I know, but when
it was
they- okay.
no, Guardians 2.
But when they kissed, their kiss in Infinity War was minute.
yeah.
Minute, what do you mean?
Is that the word I needed? to
Subtle.
use?
It was very insignificant. It was just
It was
a
like,
sort
dude,
of
this is the end of the world. Do you think we give a fuck about these idiots? You should have advanced this before then. I think that's where the critique is coming in. Like, this should have been done. Like, why did you wait till now for these guys to kiss when the world is ending? Like, are you retarded? Like, you should have they should have kissed at the end of the fucking last Guardians, and then they would have solved all of this nonsense. So I guess I get it, and but I also see both sides. So I see why people are like, oh, it's stupid that they're bitching about it. But at the same time, I see that, dude, there's also a legit reason for people to be like, why the fuck did you wait? It's so pointless to wait until
but that same crowd who's
the
saying
whole world's going to end it.
Yeah, but
Oh, man, let me be worried about Peter fucking Quill and fucking this green bitch. And if they're going to make out.
that same crowd though that's saying why the fuck did they make out then? It should have been sooner. Is the same crowd that also cares about kisses, and is the same
Right.
crowd I really don't care.
No, I get.
for.
That's why I
You know
said
what
I
mean?
see both. So I see both, meaning I see like the point for those people, but at the same time, I don't really give a fuck either.
No,
When it comes
no,
down to it,
you don't have to.
I didn't watch. Like I watched that when I
don't
watched
have
it, I was like, finally they kissed. But I wasn't like at home like, oh motherfuckers, or in the theater, all mad about motherfuckers, not kissing. But I could see their point of view because that's what I'm trying to explain. Like just from their point of view, I could imagine.
Anyways,
yeah.
how do you think Reed's doing on the show?
I mean, now that we got the chance to talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I gotta say one thing about Reed. Oh shit! I'm sorry if you guys are hearing something now. So maybe Reed.
Put it on mute.
I don't know how to put it on you.
Just back up, back out of it, back out of it.
know.
Where's Reed? just do something. What do you there's just
Shit. Everybody
just pause
ignore.
it. Just
Everybody.
press pause.
I can't press pause. It's an
It's
ad.
no exit. Just exit out of the tab.
It's an ad. I
It's
can't
a
fuck
browser.
it.
It's an exit out of the tab. It's a browser.
I want to
You
fuck
dumbass.
a green
Have
bitch
you
too. Do you guys hear what's going on? Do you guys hear the fucking video playing? Because it wasn't me.
All right, now we're back anyways. So what the fuck do we think about Sean?
Yeah, so, one thing I got to say about Reed is that I think that, he'd be better off as a Jamaican DJ.
Oh, I could see that. I've always felt like he can be a Jamaican DJ. But
I'll tell you
I'm
what,
not
he's
sure
not.
how passable it would be.
He's not good as a white human.
Really? What do you think qualifies a good white human?
Me?
Why?
Well, look how pale I am.
Not as pale as me, but go ahead.
I'm paler than you. Look in the camera. Because you have like that fucking Irish redness. I got that European whiteness. And that dark hair and the European whiteness. I look super whiter than you. Who looks whiter, me or this fucking asshole? I mean, he looks whiter.
No, I'm whiter.
As ethnicity wise,
yeah.
he looks whiter than me, but I'm talking like skin wise. Not ethnicity.
No, I look whiter. My skin's whiter.
I'll take it.
We get cancer pretty easy. So
I do. No, I don't get cancer that easy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always amazed by how fucking white I look on these cameras.
Yeah, you do look pretty pale.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Also, because you got hella dark around you, got like, the dark beard, you got the dark
Everything
hair, you
around
got
me
the
is
dark
black,
shirt.
yeah.
Yeah, which contrasts with the white a lot.
I got dark eyebrows, dark fucking hair, black headphones, black mics, a black shirt, 2 black things behind me.
So you think at the end of the day that Reed doesn't make a good white because he's not pale enough?
Yeah. And it's like, you're from Kansas City. You should be fucking talking about, yeah, boy, you know what I'm saying? But in English, which would translate to, yeah, boy, I'm a fucking redneck. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I'm just not sure about that though.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's like American white.
Can I be honest?
American whites are like the worst whites in the world.
Oh my god damn it. Us American whites, us Americans are the worst people in the world.
Yeah.
Germans are better than us at this point.
Germans are.
Well, they've always been better than us.
And we had like a long time to catch up to them. And we did. We did. We caught up to them.
We fucking caught up to them, all right.
What the hell?
We're talking about you and the Germans.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna
What
leave.
about the Germans?
Go ahead and talk about me when I leave.
The Portuguese?
No, we're just talking about like, the worst type of white people in the world. We decided it was the Portuguese.
No, it was a German.
You're off
The
mic.
Germans are the worst?
No, the Portuguese. All right, so we can talk about wanting to fuck green bitches. We're not sure, though. I would want to fuck a green bitch when I see Gamora. That shit is always looking dope. But we are open for our next topic. Otherwise, we are going to scoot on ahead to weekly news. And what's happened this week is, number one, that the Oscars added a popular film award. How do you feel about that?
The popular film award. So fill me in a little bit more. They're creating a category of popular film, right? And then isn't there a category of new film or like recent film or something like that? Or some other subcategory?
I'm not sure about that. I just know about the popular film award, which I think is basically to
The highest grossing?
Yeah, it's just like the top grossing movies that made the biggest cultural impact. So it'll get like Black Panther in there. It'll get Infinity War in there.
Wait.
Oh, we have some chatter though about the worst white people thing.
Are American farmers? Yeah, no, they're American farmers. I can see that. But what type of American farmer? What type of American farmer
my
is
family comes from a lineage. My family owns a farm.
If someone's a weed farmer,
Missouri.
I think they're a pretty good farmer. I like that type of white person.
You know what our farm is?
What?
Is basically okay. So we have cattle, limousine cattle, which is a certain breed of cattle. But we sell like semen and different sort of things to have good breeds.
I got some semen for you,
So
my
like
right?
studs
fellas?
and like other things like that. I'm pretty sure that's what we do.
Wait, you're
Anyways.
pretty sure? You're not sure?
So we're talking about Oscars popular films. That's how you segued?
No, well, we went back to white people.
Well, no, too late.
But my family is farmers.
Farmers.
He said the Confederate flag. That's not a farmer, bro. That's just an ignorant fuck from the South, bro.
What? We're good.
Oh, they're right there.
Not
comments.
Yeah, not that good. But
Right there.
yeah, that's a bad, Anyways,
I would just say cotton farmers and Monsanto farmers are actually just the worst farmers.
Well, I wouldn't
are
even
there
say that.
still
I don't.
cotton farmers? I thought it was just giant factories and they used Asian.
I don't know.
Corn.
I wouldn't say they're bad
Corn.
people. I just say like
No, they're
ignorant
bad people.
Ignorant.
You won't convince me otherwise. I know bad people. I see bad people. And if you growing corn, I know you got the devil in your minds.
That's so much.
It's not too much.
I
It's
wish.
so
accuracy.
many people.
Hold on. I wish everybody at home could like make the eye contact with him when he finished that statement because it was fantastic. It deserves one of these.
Wait. Oh, did you rap horn it?
I rap horned you.
Oh,
Bunch
there's
of
your.
times, boy.
Oh goodness, he dropped the e-cigarette.
I'll tell you who the worst farmers in the world is.
Yo, go ahead there.
This son of a bitch right here, boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll tell you who the worst farmer in the world is. The worst farmer in the world is my fucking neighbor farmer,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speak
the
the truth.
Ramses.
Preach.
Over here, not even knowing what they're farming. Talking about we farming semen, we're farming coffee. We're fucking jerking
I'm
off.
just
I don't-
imagining like a bunch of glory holes and like they just wake up at 5 a.m. jacking off a bunch of dicks in
Well,
these glory
I'm pretty sure.
Bunch of these cow dicks.
I'm pretty sure that we're still jerking off the cows back in Kansas. And so, let me.
Wow.
Let me.
Those farms in Missouri.
Hold on a
look
second.
like dicks
Hold on a
here.
second. Hold on, mother. Are you still? Hold on a second.
Yes, honey. Honey, go
Oh,
ahead.
she's
then.
He's just
She's
knocking on the door.
you-
Hey,
she's-
who's at the door there?
No. That's a jerking off for the cow sound. That's what you're doing.
You know, son, you gotta pull the udders, and you gotta
You
wank the dick.
gotta tickle the balls and yank the dick and get your mouth right.
Do you guys
close
have
to
like
it.
a tickling the ball method?
There's probably a machine that does it.
So you guys actually have a machine that tickles the balls?
Probably.
Where I
Yeah.
work in a shipping, we're for a shipping company, and we get plenty, dude. You get fucking these things of horse semen.
What up, KAD? Yeah, I've been missing much conspiracies and
Like
ghosts.
this bag.
This other stuff.
And masturbation farms.
Hella. But anyways,
Wait,
hey,
you just said you have boxes of horse semen?
no, they're not boxes. They're on wheels. And
Wait,
it's like a
They're-
is this
barrel.
They're
a
very
barrel. A
mobile
barrel?
barrels of horse semen.
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
How
About-
many horses must ejaculate
About
for
this
this
big.
to be full?
I think inside of the vial it looks like Jurassic Park thingies. Like you open it and there's like section.
There's like
tubes
vials,
of like
like
of cum.
here's a bunch of horse.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
semen.
these-
For
Was it-
artificial
what does it
insemination.
say?
It's
What
like
does it say on
It's
it?
like a gun.
It
you
doesn't
shoot.
say horse cum, but you just know because it comes in like a specific looking.
So
like,
you don't know it's horse cum. It just looks like horse
No,
cum.
you know what's it's coming in because you know it's horse cum. But that's work.
You
like-
Does
you
it say
have
on
no
the order
doubt.
form?
Is there
Does it say
any-
horse
we don't
cum?
get the
that-
order forms. Okay,
There's
I work in
nothing
a
that indicate.
I work in a shipping sorting company. Where I work for the shipping company, but where I work, we're sorting it. So I'm not looking at the order. I'm getting it and seeing where it's going and sending
I'm
it.
just saying.
Yeah, but you
how
can see
do you
through the
know
box.
it's
Oh
horse
well,
cum?
people who work there long enough, they're like that right there. Like if I showed you what it came in, you know, like it's the only thing it comes in, and it's for horse cum, and it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's similar to what my
Yeah.
family does.
But also, let me tell
Okay,
you,
wait, but so what type of semen do you grow?
Cattle.
You grow cattle semen.
yeah. So I might be getting cattle semen in the same things, like, but people have just put horse on it, like they just said, oh, it's just horse cum.
Kirk's commenting on you. Yeah, he lost his beats are perhaps stolen.
Perhaps.
But anyways,
It's unfortunate.
I do want to talk about this
The
whole
PlayStation.
this bullshit that this Oscars popular. Is it going to be in the next Oscars?
Yeah.
So they're going to have a popular film like it's MTV Movie Awards?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I
dude.
kind of like it. I'm not totally against it. The reason is because I think that
It's ridiculous, bro. It's a petty award.
No, I don't like judges. I don't like the Academy Award judges. I think that it's forcing them to not be pretentious. The only reason Shape of Water got Best Picture is because they like masturbating to themselves about what they think art is. I.e., any film that is nostalgic over 1950s
It really
Look at the
was
Rolling
like
Stone art.
it might have been the worst Best Picture
Oh.
in the last 20 years.
Oh no, it's terrible. It's
look
terrible.
up look
Oh,
up
I
the
agree.
last
Yeah.
up the last movies that won Best Picture. I encourage you to actually watch them all, and then if you have like a brain big enough
Check
to
this
fucking
out, though.
comprehend all those movies,
Rolling Stone
you'll
is
understand
obviously
how bad
against
that is.
this.
But-
Rolling Stone is against this.
Fuck
They
Rolling
think
Dude,
it's
Stone.
ridiculous.
They should be. It is ridiculous.
It's not. It's
just
not.
gonna-
I'm gonna
Because
look at their argument,
it's
and
not.
you two talking. I'm gonna read this. I'm
This
gonna see
is
what their
the-
argument.
this is
No,
why.
hold on, because what it is
You like
is
the judges at Academy Award.
No,
you
but-
like them.
so what you're saying is, oh, since the judges aren't going to give the Best Picture to a good film, we might as well have Best Popular Film, so we can get Marvel's going to obviously win. Like this year's going to be Infinity War, right? We're all in agreement. already without even having to have this discussion before. Infinity War is clearly going to be, if not Deadpool, the most popular film. So are we just going to cream our pants because they're finally giving people like Infinity War, who deserves a Best Picture nomination, by the way, not a popular film, and or Deadpool an award? So it's just like, okay, so you're just letting these fools get off of the fucking, get off. You're giving them a fucking excuse.
Yeah, but that argument presumes that the judges would ever change. They've never changed. The point I have about Shape of Water is the second a movie comes out with like this nostalgic style of framing, it makes them feel like fucking cozy inside, and they just want to nominate it.
What was it about that movie? There was nothing good about that.
It's. I'm telling you, like Robert McKee, who's like the guru of screenplay writing in Hollywood, like he was the mastermind behind Lord of the Rings and everything.
Shout out Robert McKee.
Robert McKee's the shit, man. Anytime like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, he's all kind of behind those things.
He's the
right?
guru. The guru.
Is he just a consultant, or is he like the one writing?
He's written the book story, and he does two. The
screenplay.
The book. The book about how to write. I gave it to you.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Lord of the Rings. I'm like,
No,
wait a minute.
No, Peter Jackson did. He helped Peter Jackson.
Okay.
Peter Jackson actually went to his class. And so he does 2 classes a year. 2 weekends a year. One in New York, one in LA. Anyways, the point he made about Shape of Water is one, it's stupid as fuck.
I haven't seen it.
It's stupid as fuck. It's hella
I don't really.
inconsistent.
Is this the
There's
fish dude?
Yeah, it's gaping holes in the plot line.
Oh my
3,
God.
there's there's eroticness that's just pointless in the movie. 4, it just has a cinema style that's very vintage, right? And so the point Robert McKee makes about the judges at the Academy Award is that anything that makes them feel nostalgic for the 1950s style of filmmaking, they always go apeshit over. And so the reason I like this new category is that those judges aren't going to change. So I get what you're saying is that this just gives them an excuse to always just push aside the popular movies, but they're already doing that.
Or it gives them an excuse not to fix the whole what you're talking about.
That's true, but there's no accountability
you're just
system
like,
in the
give it
Academy
up.
Awards.
Fuck it.
There's no accountability system in the Academy
that's
Awards.
just like the people in
Hollywood doesn't answer to anyone.
It's just like the people in England who said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to always pay these taxes, forget it. And then there was a few brave of us who were like, no, we can make a difference.
Which is funny because you know how much 1%. That's what they were being charged. That's what their taxes were.
Wait,
The revolution was over 1% taxes.
But how much were other people? It was just an
Oh my
idea.
God, we're going
so
it
it
was
was
just 1%.
It was just the idea of a tax.
1700.
It was just the idea, and now we're being charged 40%, and we don't have a revolution. That's how many pussies
so back
we
then,
are.
these pussies who started this country were like, I don't want to get 1% of my salary. And now those idiots created a country where we're getting charged how much?
A ridiculous amount.
Ridiculous amount.
Thanks.
You know, every paycheck,
Thanks.
every time, like we pay
Thomas
like to this
Jefferson,
day, we pay to like the
you
military.
racist
like,
fuck. Hey,
all
thanks a
these-
lot. Benjamin Franklin, you racist fuck. Hey, thanks a lot. John Adams, you racist fuck. Give me the last one.
mean-
hey, thanks a lot. Theodore Roosevelt,
Everyone is commenting on the
Thanks,
blue
Hamilton,
headphones.
you racist fucking cunt. Y'all are racist.
Okay. The
Y'all
blue
are
headphones,
racist.
They're PlayStation. They're
You-
PlayStation.
you
headphones.
passed a
I bought
constitution
them.
that said we should all
They
be
were
free,
the,
but didn't think about slaves, did
Oh
you?
my
You
God.
fucking
Bless
racist
you.
pieces of
So
shit.
those headphones
Racist
are
piece
the
of shit.
Uncharted limited edition PlayStation headphones. When the Uncharted 4 video game came out, they were a special edition blue headset, and I got them then for a PS4. That's yeah.
One of the most exciting things I've ever heard this week.
I didn't even listen to it. I mean, we only
And
got
they've
into
just been chilling,
and
and
we
they
only
still work. I mean,
we only got into Bruce's story for the week, and still didn't fucking. You know, what I mean, I'm still the worst.
They love the headset. They love it.
I know.
So no one comments on my HyperX
You know
nice
why?
headset.
because it blocks half his face. We understand what you're getting.
Well,
at.
I mean, like the only thing you
Yeah.
see on Bruce is the headset, so it must be cool. Last week he was rocking Beats. This
So,
week
this week-
PlayStation.
This week, Ooh, did you hear that one come up, everybody?
Yeah,
That's you're disgusting the viewers. Can you? Oh my
Air
God.
horn that, dude. Air horn the fucking burp that just came out of my soul.
I double air horn that thing.
Nah, but recently this week I got into a.
Oh, hey, we got some biddies. Thanks, KAD
Hey,
Fish, for the
shout out, brother.
100 biddies. Bless you, Bruce. What are you sneezing?
Yeah, I'm about
okay.
to.
This happened last week. This motherfucker gets a sneeze attack like my mother between the
Well,
same
I'm
hours.
allergic to dogs now.
My mother gets I
Well,
hate you.
I should have brought
Hold
the
on,
air
Bruce.
purifier in here.
At one point, Bruce is like, "I'm allergic to gluten." That just came out on the internet. I'm allergic to it. Next thing you know, he's drinking fucking beer left and right.
Well, no, I found out it was actually just a different problem I was having. But he knows every time I stay the night here,
Oh,
I
yeah.
always wake
Do you-
up
hey-
just like fucking sneezing, coughing, fucking itching my eyes. Same thing when I go to Cat's. Who has
That's
the-
because
Go
you-
take
that's
that
because-
there's Claritin
You wanna know
underneath
what
the
it is?
tripod over there. Go grab one.
I'll tell you what it is. This is a fucking.
You see it?
You're getting vegetarianness all over you, and you're becoming weak.
You're around a vegetarian. It makes you weak.
The veggie. Anyways, this week on our YouTube on our Instagram account, we kind of got into a little thing about Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Oh, this will be a topic.
And the reason why this is hot for me is because
We need chat
There
input.
are-
we need chat
yes,
input.
please. There are people from my work who are young and were born in like past 95. If you're born past 95, shut your mouth. Okay, the reason why you like fucking what's his name, Tobey Maguire, is because he's your original. Even though he was our original, but like we were old enough to know better, I think, at the time. And like I think it's just like how the same kids who like
We'll get to that in a
the
second.
same
for
kids who
pizza.
like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man are the same kids who think that episode 1, 2, and 3 were good Star Wars movies. They don't
That's a-
deserve to be listened to.
I don't think that's
Empire
necessarily
Strikes
true.
Back is a great movie.
Okay, that's not episode 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, episode 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I
I'm
got
talking
you.
about the
Yeah.
kids who were kids when it came out, and they're fooled, like they're just fooled, and I get that.
Well, all right,
I
so-
completely understand and respect that, and I'm not gonna try and take away from your enjoyment of watching a movie that you're a big fan of at all. But I'm just saying you're wrong.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, and I agree. But here's the thing: is that I think that Tobey Maguire. There was a lot of people on this Instagram thread that were all for Tobey Maguire, and all I commented.
And they were all born in
What
like
were the main
95, 96.
What were the main reasons for and against?
Okay,
They don't
so
have any.
All I commented was because
if you
it was
boil
a
it
series.
down.
It was a series of pictures that I was commenting on by one of these Marvel pages, and it said that Sam Raimi's flip the image. Spider-Man showed us flip the image.
Are you related to him?
It wasn't just about quips and jokes. Just flip the image, but it was about his deep character. Which
What? Is
this,
this an
but
article?
Hey, that has
No,
to
no,
do.
no,
Hey,
Instagram.
just shout out real quick
Oh,
to the
okay.
camera. That has to do with the writers, not the actors. So go fuck yourselves, everybody out there who said that.
Right. But the point I have about that is
Debatable.
that it's true. Sam Raimi did give in Spider-Man 1 and 2, they're great movies. Spider-Man 3, sucked ass. Spider-Man 1 and 2, especially Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man
Yeah.
2 was fucking
It was- it
amazing.
was-
Is that the one with the
great.
suit, the blackness?
No,
That's Spider-Man
that-
3.
That's 3.
So
2
what
is
was
the one
2?
with the dude, the
Two, the-
dude with the
Sandman,
the
the
spider.
Sandman.
That's Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is Venom and Sandman.
the dude from the 70s
Have you
show.
not seen Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2 is what? Oh, Octoman.
Octoman.
The
Yeah.
Octa dude
That
with
was a good one. Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
anti-gravity
Okay.
machines and shit.
I'm not hating on the
And those
Tobey
were
Maguire
crazy.
movies. I'm just saying, like, we've gotten
good
better.
movies.
But-
It's
but-
okay to accept the fact that there was a better Spider-Man now, dude.
No,
Like,
it is. But here's the distinction I make: is
Dope.
that Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker. Was a good Peter Parker. Actually, not great. He was a good Peter Parker because he it showed a level of like just depth to the character, like, and his challenge to humanity. His challenge with his uncle's death. It was all really well done in 1 and 2. But
There was a lot more
he
going on in
was-
those movies.
Yeah,
I will say
yeah,
that.
it was a
I
lot
will
more
say
deep.
that.
What do you mean, like in terms of emotion? You think it's
in
more
terms of
action
emotion.
oriented
Like his
today?
his family interactions, his friend interactions, how he was a loner, how he wasn't as cool as the person picking up Mary Jane in the nice
And
car.
I like the
they
spider scene was
explored-
really subtle too.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but
Wholesome.
at the same time,
Wholesome.
they got Spider-Man terribly wrong.
They
They
got
didn't
Why-
do
why?
him correctly because
Why?
Spider-Man is a kid in a suit. And,
That's what Toby
and-
was.
Yeah, no.
But they made so this is where the debate comes in, right? We're talking about now the best. Who do you think the best Peter Parker was and the best Spider-Man? Because now we're separating them because of
Right.
this argument,
Okay.
right? Because that's a great point. You got Tobey Maguire is like now that you explain it, like too, like, and I'm starting to remember those movies. As a Peter Parker, the story of Peter Parker,
it was
goes,
good.
It was good, but I don't think he was he was the best choice because he looked like he was 35.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you're a kid, it's just if you're 16, you're a grown up. You know what I'm saying? So anything you look at is whatever.
Right.
But let's be real. The dude looked like he was hella old, and I was at least like 13, and I was like, I know what motherfuckers who look 16 look like, and it ain't this fool. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
yeah. So I mean, you kind of have a casting mishap, but I also think Tobey
But the
Maguire
writing-
You
was-
think it just wasn't compelling?
No. 1 and 2 once again are great movies, especially 2. 2 is a great fucking comic book movie. It's a great fucking comic book movie. It's in the top, easily top 5. I would easily put it in my top 5. It's a great movie.
it was my favorite one out of the
Yeah.
3.
But
I just always assumed that was number 1. I forgot number 1 was just the Green Goblin.
Spider-Man himself,
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man with the suit on, he was just too mature. He was too level-headed, right? And so the reason I said,
kid-like.
and all my comment was that I got so much riffed on was, this is all I said. I said, Marvel's doing just fine with Tom Holland. That's how the debate started. People had a problem with that statement.
Good.
And the point I was making is that Tom Holland is a better Spider-Man.
Garfield is better.
Like, you can talk about reasons as to why. Yeah, exactly. Well, no one was even saying that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what's their alternative argument? Toby's better?
Yeah,
That's
Toby's
what-
better. Yeah,
that
yeah.
is what
That's
they're
what they were
saying.
getting at.
Yeah,
Yes.
that the entire debate was Toby versus
Which he is
Tom
not.
Holland.
He is not the best Spider-Man.
No, because Tom Holland. All right, so this is how I put
Toby
it in my
didn't have
mind.
Infinity
Tobey
War either,
Maguire
or Civil War.
good Peter Parker, poor Spider-Man. Tom Holland, good Peter Parker, so Peter Parker, amazing Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
And that to me puts Tom Holland over because he's such a
But
perfect
that's
fucking Spider-Man.
so that's
with
what
the
they've
suit on.
gone for though in these Spider-Man movies with the Infinity War, right? Because they introduced them and they were like, we're not going to go through the bullshit, which is what I like about Marvel and Disney, what they've been doing too with these characters, right? Because they did the same thing with Thor. They were like, we're going to have a new actor for Thor and that other movie, but that other movie was actually technically is still part. Like if you were to buy a collection,
Right? Yeah.
Hulk is going to be in there, but still, they were like, it's going to be a new story. We're not going to even try. Yeah. Like they barely connected it because he was alone by himself in India or some shit. Remember? And that was kind of like you knew that's where Hulk was going to go chill by himself somewhere. But they did a good ass job with Spider-Man because they brought Spider-Man in and he just became like instantly Spider-Man. They weren't trying to show you Peter Parker because they didn't have time for that. He was introduced in Civil War. He was introduced in the movie Civil War, right?
Right.
So they didn't have time to tell you about Peter Parker. So they just let you fall in love with Spider-Man. So when they made the Spider-Man film, they were trying to get you to, they obviously were trying to get you to show you Peter Parker. But at the same time, they were showing you Peter Parker through Spider-Man's personality is what I think. Like, they were like, what did we do with Spider-Man that made him likable? Because everybody was raving about Spider-Man from what I remember. When that
Spider-Man 1 was the first movie to make over
I know,
$100
I'm talking
million
about
box
Civil War. I'm
office.
talking about Civil War. When Spider-Man came out, like, I know personally, I was like, dude, this is the best Spider-Man. Not Peter Parker. Not the Peter Parker, but the best Spider-Man
Right.
ever, dude, because he's funny. He's when you're playing the games or anything, you're seeing the cartoons, like, he has that kind of, like, stupid-ass personality.
Just more kid-like.
Right.
It's more believable.
And do y'all not remember the cartoons where Iron Man was? This is what we were watching. Remember where Iron Man was like the man, and Spider-Man was what was this? Because you always saw Spider-Man, not Peter Parker.
Right.
So they weren't trying to make a good Peter Parker necessarily.
They were just
because
it was lopsided. It was a little bit different.
Because I guess I could get that argument, but I like it better to make it about Spider-Man.
Well, of course, because the fucking name of the movie is Spider-Man.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like, I don't give a fuck about Peter Parker. He like, you're paying, like, so I would only say about the thing with Tobey Maguire, they pay too much attention to Peter Parker. Whereas they should have paid more attention to Spider-Man.
So it's trying to find a balance between the two.
Right. And it was just because of the,
I
but
think
honest,
Tom Holland does that pretty well.
it was the time that it was the time that the movie was made in. You have to look at. It was still made in like a time that it might as well be the 90s, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
well, okay, I guess this is the thing, right? Is that Tom? You know that in Homecoming where he's stuck in like the nuclear bunker or whatever it is,
right?
And he's like killing time learning his suit, and he's just talking to the AI in his suit.
Right. The best Spider-Man
ever.
ever.
Kind of like, you know why it's so good? Why that scene's so fresh for Spider-Man? I know what you mean. That like Spider-Man aren't that exciting. It's not like the big epic movie you go to see. But the reason I really love that scene is because when Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker, I felt like when he put on the suit, he became like fucking Iron Man all of a sudden, where he was
Yeah.
this
Right.
mature fighter. But
This
like,
big-
what I
yeah,
love
this bigger
about
thing.
that scene is that you felt like Peter Parker was in the suit.
But that's not the only scene, too. Like, that's what they've gone off of, and the writers have used in all these movies with Tom Holland, is that they've used
That
his
same sort of idea.
immaturity.
like, well, like
And
the bank
his-
robber
Is it
scene.
developing that well?
Because
And-
like you know how he like when he sees the bank robbers, he's trying to figure out how to like lean against the wall, and you just can't get it
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like,
and not only
type
that,
of stuff.
in Infinity War, right? And he's remember in Infinity War, he goes, "Hey, if something pops out of my chest and eats you guys, I just want to say, don't
All the
blame me
alien
now."
references.
Right,
Yeah.
and then there, but when they question, when what's the question, like if you fucking say one more '90s or whatever pop culture reference, and he goes, "Well, I'm just trying to say that something's coming." So when he had a sense, like, "Oh shit, something's coming," he was still immature and like dumb enough to where he didn't know how to like express himself,
Right.
yeah,
except
exactly.
without joking, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why I love this Spider-Man, because that is Spider-Man, and I think the reason why it's important is eventually they're gonna use that hopefully in reverse, because he's gonna be right now he's going through a lot, and so maybe not the next one, but the one after that, the last Spider-Man we'll see.
Uh-huh.
He will be like motherfucking Tobey Maguire.
And
He'll
that's-
be grown
yeah,
up, and he'll go
exactly.
through
He'll be
some
more
grown
developed.
shit, and
Yeah.
and he's gonna take over like Tony Stark. He's gonna
See-
be more like Tony, and then you're gonna and that's good writing.
A
So
little
people
bit
just
more
need
of a
to kinda
parallel. Just be
Exactly.
patient.
understand
Yeah.
that this is a new Spider-Man. They're not trying to make Tobey Maguire because Tobey Maguire wasn't part of this.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually interesting that you said that, because that Instagram debate came down to that, because people ended up just saying to me, "Oh, well, the MCU is just making Spider-Man Tony's bitch." Right? And like it's just
Again,
a C-grade character,
Those
but
cartoons.
my point was, I was like, number one, this is the MCU. And
Right. A little different.
And this isn't a trilogy that's just about Spider-Man. So the writers, like you said, get the privilege of having patience, a lot of patience with the character arc of Tom Holland, which is why they also casted a really young dude. That to me is hella exciting, because like Sean said, 8 years from now, if Tom Holland is still in the cast, which I think they're aiming
I
to
mean,
do, he's
it
going to
makes
be the
sense so
leader
long.
of the
Not only that,
MCU. And that's a great character arc.
Dude, I got
It's the
another
next
thing.
generation of
I got
Avengers.
another thing to fucking add about Tom Holland. The guy is a gymnast.
Yeah, no,
Right.
he is.
He does he
I-
did
I-
gymnastics growing up. So literally when they filmed the movie, he already knew how to do everything. All they had to do was put the wires on him. Okay? People might not know that shit, but this motherfucker had the experience. So you're actually seeing him fucking doing these climbings and jumping
Doing
where it's
these elaborate
believable.
stunts
Tobey
and
Maguire
things.
hasn't done nothing physical in his whole life except suck his daddy's dick.
Oh, but he sucked that good.
He did do a good job,
He
baby
did.
boy.
Did you ever
He did
see that
well.
movie?
I want to talk about how we sucked
How do
his
you think he
papa's
got
dick.
into
that?
Lord of the Rings?
Shit, I can't remember the movie.
That's not.
Oh,
Tobey
Lord of
Maguire.
the Rings. That's
Oh, he played Lord Sauron also. No, yeah, no.
that
you're
was
right.
Elijah
Tobey
Wood.
Maguire.
Elijah Wood.
Tobey
Oh
Maguire.
shit!
There's a complete
Show's over.
different actor.
Show's over, y'all. I've been thinking Elijah Wood this whole time. Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, it was Elijah.
Wasn't Gandalf?
Elijah Wood.
What is
So
that?
even worse, bro. So even worse. What has Tobey Maguire done other than ruin Peter Parker or Spider-Man? I'm sorry, not Peter Parker. What has he
The
done?
Great Gatsby.
Oh my
He
god!
played the
So he did
main protagonist.
And nobody liked that movie either, as much as they liked the
I
book.
can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Can I get a siren? Can I get a siren?
Kerrigan.
Can I get a
something.
siren?
A siren?
Yeah.
Double siren?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, double siren. Hey, we gotta use the comic. If they quit making all comic book movies besides Deadpool, I would be content. Sean, do you agree?
Just triple horn. Okay, he has something important to say. Listen,
I love Deadpool, bro.
chat.
I love who is that? Who said that? Lethal migraine. You give me a lethal migraine every week, baby boy or girl, whoever you are.
I'm not sure if that, like, I think you're trying to say, like, you get me, like, turned on or something, but a
I'm not
migraine's,
saying
like,
he's
not
turned
like
on.
a...
I'm saying he gives me a fucking headache because he always has these comments. You know, they give me headaches. But no. What do you have for Toddy? You know what I mean? What do you fucking have for
Why are
Toddy?
you just throwing that around?
Of course that's not gonna be fucking good, dude. What are you, silly? Come on now. And I love fucking Deadpool. He's my favorite. But don't ever say that they should stop making all comic book movies. They can at least make some the ones that they're making already.
You like the trajectory of what's going on.
Because let me tell you
nothing.
something, dude. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as an original story anymore in comic books. have some of the most original stories you're ever gonna fucking learn, and that they've already been written, and it's just the world hasn't known about them yet.
Well, there's no original story anymore because
No.
there's lazy writers.
Some comic books have original stories that in anime, which we talked about last week.
Well,
which
no,
is
I
what
totally
was
agree with
getting
that.
at.
I totally agree with that. But like
But-
Robert McKee talks about that though. The reason that's even a phrase, like there's no original stories anymore, is because it's just laziness.
And people have been saying that forever, though.
Yeah.
Of course, there's gonna be an original story. It's just because people fucking things, you know.
But Deadpool in the MCU, dude, that shit's hella exciting, man. Like I would love to see that happen.
But is it?
They
I
think they've
still
all
am-
been shit.
and-
They think they've all been shit besides Deadpool. I don't know about that.
Oh, Ragnarok, fuck you. Ragnarok
dude,
was amazing.
Ragnarok was really good. Like,
you got to put Ragnarok as a
first
solid
of all, I mean, let's forget about Ragnarok and let's just go back. a
Dark
tiny
Knight?
bit. No, even a little bit, not backer than that, further than that, but a little
Further
forward.
than that?
Forward.
Forward.
Logan.
Logan.
Oh,
yeah.
Logan was a great.
There was a fucking 10-year-old, 11-year-old girl
great movie.
who was murdering folks in Logan. If that's not the dopest fucking movie you've ever seen in your entire life, what is, dude? Think about how dope War was.
Can I get a siren? Can I get a siren? We're gonna highlight a user comment. Bert Pizza said, "Bro, you said anime is that like good or not? I don't really like it, but not sure." Sean Makers, go ahead.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
You clicked out of it, dude.
Anyways, brothers and sisters out there listening, have Bruce do it because he figured it out a lot faster than you're doing right now. I'll tell you that. I'm saying anime is good. Like the stories that come out of anime and are fucking really good. And I'm saying that's a good thing that we're leaning towards trusting those more. Is no one else hearing that?
It was me.
Don't do it again. But yeah, I think it's good that we're leaning towards more of
Leaning towards more what?
trusting animation movies. That's why I was explaining why. I
Oh,
brought that up.
animation movies. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bolder,
I think
going
Pixar
up.
has,
Anime,
Pixar has a lot to do with
and
that
I
too.
said anime. Well, let's relax. Anime because of the stories that come out of anime are crazy, dude. Like the Attack of the Titans or whatever that fucking was.
Howl's Moving Castle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Attack on
Yeah,
Titan.
Attack
yeah.
on Titan's dope.
And the Note.
You know what's funny about
The Note.
the
Fucking that one with the Scarlett Johansson, the real life movie.
the
was
Ghost
The Ghost in
in
the
the
Shell?
The Ghost in the Shell. The movie ruined it, by the way. Like it was so much
Well,
more
no,
disappointing.
yeah, it was very different. But you know what's funny to me about like, and you could like watch a majority of these shows like on YouTube, like like Attack on Titan, for example, right? But what's funny to me is it literally sounds like when you watch Attack on Titan, does it not sound like they just found like a random metal rock band in a garage and just started recording them? It's always like
No, not only that, like the voice actors, dude. That's why I'm like, dude, should I move to Japan and just become a voice actor?
Do you want one, Sean?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah, I'll take one.
But the voice acting, like, I'm gonna audition for the world right now for some voice acting. Like,
Oh, can we get a close up?
give me some lines though. Give me some lines.
I got you. I'll feed your lines.
audience
you're-
out
you're-
there live. Text us or chat us some live.
I
Some
got you.
lines that I should say for an anime.
Okay. So you are trying out for the role of Xavier. Xavier is a prince trying to save the princess in a tower. Do you understand?
My name is Xavier. I'm a prince trying to save a princess from a tower, and this is an anime.
Yes. Okay. So we need you to say the line.
Hopefully, y'all come up with some good ones.
We need you to say the line while our users figure out more lines for you to say. We need you to say the line, "I will be there, my love. I will be there. I will be there."
It's a bad line for an anime, but I guess
It's just the script. Just the script.
no one's acted yet. Okay. Oh, you already talked about me. I'm sorry, migraine. I'm already on it. Okay. All right. What's my line
I will be there, my love. I will be there. I will be there.
for an anime coming up right here? I will be there, my love. I will be there. I will be there. That's bad. That's really bad.
That was
Give
really
me an
bad.
actual line.
Okay. No, I will not go back to my home. I will never do what my father says again.
No. I will not go back to my home. Well, let me do it again. Why am I talking like an accent? I'm sorry, director. Just stop, okay?
Just
I'm a
one more
diva.
time. We're gonna do one more time. No, I will never go back to home. I will never do what my father says.
No, I will never go back to home. I'll never do what my father says.
I mean, yeah, you got a shot.
Well,
you got a shot in anime.
you got to think
got a
about my
shot in
voice.
anime.
Like, you're giving
Yeah,
me
yeah.
fucking Prince lines. I'm not a Prince. My voice is raspy.
Okay,
it's
well,
scratchy.
it's what
I'm
you
gonna
tried
be,
out for.
Nope. I'm going to be an evil guy. That's why I'm hoping
Okay.
that these fucking guys give me a fucking,
When
give
you
me
like
a...
anime but on LSD.
Give me a better fucking thing to come
all
up
right,
with.
all right. You
Because you're
are-
giving me fucking love lines here. I'm
You
talking
are
about
from-
being like an evil anime character, and you're like, oh, like, what is it, Shakespeare?
You are from a homeless shelter. You are
Oh,
trying to steal
God
the
damn
apples.
it. Somebody
of impoverished
show this
people.
motherfucking
All right,
anime
fine.
film.
You're a priest. You're about to take retirement. At your retirement party, you say, farewell. I will never see you again. Go ahead.
I'm going to do it as like a badge.
You're
like,
a captain on a ship. They give you the ship's keys.
I'm spoopy as hell, Bo. Bo? Or
Boy.
boo? Is that supposed to be boo? Or
Boy.
Boy.
Boy. Beers, boys.
I'm spoopy as hell, boy. See, that's the kind of voice I should be doing. What did you want me to do? I'm going to do it in that voice.
What?
What was the line? I'm a father or some shit. That's
I will never go back home. I will never do what my father
I'll
says.
never go back home. I'll never do what my father says. Boom, baby.
See your
I could be a
Alex
bad
Jones
guy.
voice.
I could be a bad guy all day, dude. I'll never do that again. You come in here asking me for money, asking me for favors. I'm the one who gives out favors, boy.
You kind of sound like Sin City over here.
You're the one who fucking asks.
Josh Brolin?
Now I'm gonna tell you one
Yeah.
time and one time only.
Or,
if you wanna fucking beat me, you better do it with all your grit and all your guts. Cause at the end of the day, if you don't, that's what'll be taken out of
Go
you.
Rorschach. Go Rorschach. This is the line. August 18th, I saw a hooker. She was looking good. And then continue the story. We want to see your improv. Rorschach, take one.
August 18th, she was looking good. I saw the hooker on Stockton Boulevard. Sure, the rain smelled like asphalt and the asphalt smelled like rain, but nothing smelled better than the perfume on this hooker's neck. So yeah, I took her inside. We went upstairs and I asked her about Tony. Her eyes got big. She looked at me like she seen a ghost. Tony, I said again with my fucking fist in the gut. She said, I don't know much about Tony. I just work for the guy, okay? I said, I'm not buying it, you dirty fucking whore. Tell me what Tony knows.
Great. We need one more line. Rorschach, take two. August 14th, I stepped into Starbucks, got a grande coffee, and then continue the story.
August 14th, 1 p.m. I step into Starbucks and get myself a coffee. Grande, macchiato, extra shots. Yeah, I'm gonna need this energy for the night. Heard there's some rumbling going around in Southport. Yeah, always people in Southport are hungry. But I got a bag of food just for them.
That was good. I like it. I think that we have a great opportunity for you to
I'm
be
really
Rorschach.
good. I think I'm doing a
Yeah.
fantastic job.
No, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
That was a
And-
great rendition.
No, I mean, I feel
of Rorschach.
like if you did it, if there was an anime of Rorschach, that you would definitely, you'd be a contender.
Give me
man.
the job, you know what I mean? I'm out
Yeah.
there for you guys if you guys
Yeah.
need any hiring. My name is Sean Magers at SeanMagers@gmail. By the way, the used guys got a Gmail. The used guys PC at Gmail. You know,
That's
if you
what you remember Dustin. You remember my friend Dustin.
wasn't done talking about. Whatever.
At Gmail.
We
Sean
in
Magers.
high school, because that's like around the time Watchmen came out.
Yeah, that was
Watching.
really too. Yeah.
It was around the time Watchmen came out, right? So when we were at school, people, like, our teachers would ask us questions, and so to like troll our teachers, we would just do a Rorschach thing. So they'd be like, "Hey, you didn't turn on you didn't turn in your essay." It was my French teacher. She asked me that, and she was just wondering where my essay was. And so, and Dustin was behind me at this moment. So then I knew he was going to be funny, and she was going to have no idea what I was doing, but just for him to think it was funny was worth me doing this. So I was like, "Well, Miss Wheeler, August 11th, I looked at the essay. I didn't know what to do with it. Then I hung out with my friends. We played some Xbox.
This is on the bus?
What? No, it was just in French class.
For me.
And she just started tilting her
Shut
face
up,
like
Kurt.
she was like, "What? And I was just like, "That's the story, Miss Wheeler. That's how it happened."
I feel like I heard this. Like this whole time, I'm picturing you on a bus. I'm like, what the fuck is this teacher doing on the bus over here, interrupting these kids as they're trying to get to school?
Yeah, no, we didn't take buses. I just walked late to school every day. That's all I did.
I used to walk to school too. One time,
I lived so close to my high school.
Yeah, I
like
did
it was
too.
right across, like walking distance
I wasn't
away.
right across the street, but I was like, damn it. Yeah, man, like that shit was crazy though. We had a lot of good times.
Here we go.
I
Now
mean-
we got some notes here for everybody.
We got some Edward Jones Series
There's
7.
something
thing
I've been
I had
wanting to
read.
talk about. It's been about the fact that the study line is staffed with study specialists who are available to answer questions. Who may have help explain answers. You know what I mean? That's 800-441-0100 extension 75. Have you got any answers?
If you got any answers, it's
Go ahead and call. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
yeah,
wow, that was
yeah.
a
You
good
go
pitch
ahead
right
and
there.
call.
That was a good
Yeah,
pitch.
but this will go to you later on, Jonathan. These were those reports that you asked for.
The
Oh,
reports.
right, yeah. The
I told
reports
you to
asked
have
for.
me on those on
The
his
marketing
desk.
reports.
I believe he said have those on his desk by 8 p.m.
So to conclude that segment, though, we're in agreement that Andrew was the best Spider-Man.
Look at Bruce over here,
Mr.
everybody.
Devil's
I'm the
advocate.
retired
Mr.
comic.
Devil's
Looks like
advocate.
we got us a fucking new starting
Hey,
comic
yo,
over
can I
here.
get a siren? That's up. Bruce doing the comic game.
We're gonna talk about the Red Dead trailer in a minute,
We are.
aren't
We are going to take a little
We're gonna
break.
talk about the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer soon.
Oh, hell yeah. When we get
Soon,
back, we're
soon,
going to
soon.
take a 10-minute fucking intermission real quick.
Okay.
Ooh, because I'm about to have a bladder infection. You know what they say about bladder infection? Don't want to get an infection today. Always get it every single
Imagine
way.
banjo
Now
in the
that's
background
when the
playing.
blood comes out my penis, comes out my anal, it comes out my bladder system. I don't want to get a bladder infection. And red just come out of my penis every single day. Just want to do another the same way. Gotta
Wait, you
drink
wanna
some
clip it?
water.
Yes, I
But
want
like
you to
liver,
fucking
I
clip it,
just
you
don't want
cocksucker.
that-
You gotta
that-
say it in the
that
mic, for
bladder
Christ's sake.
infection. Really don't want a bladder infection.
Hey, Kurt, clip it.
Clip that, Kurt.
Kurt, will
All
you
right,
clip
We're
it?
taking a 10-minute break. So I don't want a
10-minute
bladder
break, though. We're
infection.
going to be back, and then we're going to finish off the show with the last hour, and then everybody, we're going to say cheers, cheers, beers, beers, quiz, here's. Okay? Do what you got to do and do it until you can't finish no more. You understand that?
Yeah, we'll be back. You guys, later.
I decided to enroll in National University because of the 1-month format. It was a no-brainer, especially with my busy lifestyle.
I can focus on one thing at a time, and I don't have to try and balance 6 subjects over a semester.
After a long day of work, sometimes it's hard to have to make a stop on the way home. So the fact that I could come home, start dinner, and then sit down and log into my class, that was really helpful.
What was also key was the type of accreditation that National University has because of the ability to transfer units if necessary.
A lot of these professors either have a doctorate or they have their second master's and are adjunct faculty. And it's an advantage because they're actually in the field practicing the same things that they're teaching.
National University has prepared me to succeed in my field from the standpoint everything I do at work has been course related to what I'm studying right now. If I knew then what I know now about National University, I would have started years earlier.
Live, okay? Fuck it. We'll do it live. We're doing it live. Fuck it. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live, sir.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Hey, everybody. It's Sean Megas from the Use Guys here with fucking Jonathan Rose and Ray Ramsey.
How's it going? It's been a long time. I've missed you guys. I really missed you guys.
But in the break, the government's turned the frogs gay. There's all sorts of stuff happening everywhere.
Let me tell y'all want to drink some fucking milkshake, drink it made out of frog bones.
You won't regret it. It's got high grade protein.
What if Alex Jones was correct? What if frogs were making us? hey, you know what? What if frogs?
You know how many
had
people
the
eat
power?
I'm gonna be
frog
honest.
legs? You go
Then,
out.
dude,
you go,
think about
you ever
it.
gone frogging before?
Yeah, people
Yeah.
in Louisiana like frog legs, and they literally kill gay people. So
What if like you caught a frog and you were like, "God, I'm straight now," or like you caught a frog like, "God, I feel like I'm a transvestite now. I got a transvestite frog, and now I'm just transvestite." I guess.
fucking asshole.
Oh my
like,
god!
like that. How does someone end up believing that frogs can change your sexual orientation? You know,
I
what I
think
mean?
it's
Like,
just
It's dude.
like
I
a one-liner.
honestly want, dude. First of all, he has some great cocaine. I imagine
I imagine
he has
great
to be
cocaine.
on one all the time.
all the time
Because to
High
speak
energy.
so because he's screaming when he's screaming about the frogs, he's screaming about the frogs. So like to a level, even if he was like, what is the most absurd thing we can talk about on today's show? Like, and his producer was like, frogs make people gay. He's like, great.
Frogs.
To be that
He
passionate,
was talking about like
to
the
a-
water supply or something.
Yeah, to a level you have to.
That's
you
why
have to like believe
respect.
it.
No, well, that's why I said to a point. But you're also getting into a topic about why people believe Hitler. But yeah, that's what I
Just
said.
popularity.
Yeah,
I said that maybe he's a genius.
charisma. He just has that passionate charisma. Like if
People just get on board.
He
I'm not
literally-
saying Hitler was a genius,
No, but he was a good
Charismatically.
speaker.
but he was a good speaker.
Yeah, like if you literally, it shows the power of charisma. If I scream about frogs making you gay, you'll actually have some people like, "Whoa, I didn't know that. Hey, honey, we should be watching this show right now because it's things about frogs and shit. Never knew this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Crazy. Crazy. We're just doing a lot of handoff. Drop the line.
Fumbaloni. Fumbarooski. Fumble on the court.
It's like the Raiders are playing all of a sudden.
Oh my God. Fumbarooski.
Not funny. You crossed the line. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Red Dead Redemption. No smooth segues. Jumping right into it, y'all. So Red Dead Redemption 2 has released a video recently. You can look it up on YouTube with the. We could show that, can't we?
It would probably fall into the same thing. But anyway, they showed the first ever gameplay trailer.
And there's like
gameplay. All of it was gameplay, no cinematics, no cutscenes.
Right, and some female lady who's like explaining what you could do in the game, and it sounds amazing. If any of y'all in the chat room live right now have seen it, please comment and let us know what you think about it. But Reed, I want to hear what you think about this. Reed being our Twitch streamer. Our game expert in the podcast. Oh, yeah, as he itches his face out of proudness. Go ahead and explain to us.
I think that Red Dead 2 is going to be doing a lot of things. It's basically going to be building upon what it's already done. Rockstar has pioneered the open world. They go to cities and they study them. Before they made Vice City, they studied Miami. Before they made, the GTA 5. They go and study.
Okay. You're not going to convince me that they studied a cowboy town in the 19th century, okay? That's a little bit impossible. There's not time.
They looked
up, but they have historical sort of understanding. Like in Red Dead 1, the Mexican Revolution. You help the Mexicans.
Assassin's
fight.
Creed.
And that's a different game. That's Ubisoft. That's Ubisoft. We're talking about Red Dead. We're talking about Rockstar Games.
I know, but we're talking about
Rockstar Games is one of the premier game developers.
All right, but we're not
hands down.
Don't get caught in this fool bringing up some bullshit when he knows that he's damn well going to be buying this game too right when it comes out.
Dude, it's going to be next level stuff. It's basically building upon all these other things. Graphics are going to be next level. Narrative's going to be next level.
Narratives.
And it's going to be
That's an important part.
It's going to be something consistent to these Mass Effect, where you make
Skyrim.
decisions. Yeah, or Skyrim. You make decisions or like Fallouts. You make decisions in the game.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it's going
right
to implicate
there.
the entirety of the game, right? Because you're in a gang. You go and set
Those
up like
are the games,
settlements.
man.
You bring food. You like do all these different things.
Those are my favorite games.
And it's going to be a little bit set back even before Red Dead 1. It's a prequel. Because John Marston exists in Red Dead 2, but he's not the protagonist.
Hold on. So, did Red Dead 2, because you weren't really in modern cities, though, in Red Dead.
No, in Red Dead 1, it was in 1918, and 1919.
So it was just where he happened to be. Because in this one, you're going to be in more like, because remember the whole point, the lady says in the thing is that it's like at the verge of when the,
yeah, exactly, Kirk.
Of when the Wild West was ending and the modern America was starting.
Right, which was about the turn of the century.
Right. So I guess you're right. It is a little bit before Red Dead. But we're talking about, I'm not going to sit here and
We don't have to talk about the history of it. The mechanics of the game look great. They're just adding multiple levels of nuance, and it just looks fucking badass. You've seen the trailer, right?
Also, what I really like about the trailer is that in Red Dead Redemption 1, when you like pass a group that was like hostile, you would have to fight them. But in this one, they give you the option to talk to like hostiles. And be like,
you can talk them
calm
off.
down. I don't care.
It's like you played Fallout before. Have either of you played Fallout before? Ever?
Yeah. You know I played Fallout. I got a Nuka-Cola in my fucking nightstand right now from when the world ends.
I think that level of like dynamic like dialogue has been missing sort of in the games.
Especially in Rockstar, like it's the only thing they
do
missing.
automatic dialogue.
Yeah.
Like even in GTA, there's a function to where you could just basically hit a button and say "fuck you." You
I
can
know,
flip
but
someone off and like do this, but you can't like interact. You can but you can also hype them up too. There's like two buttons, but it's not like a dialogue.
In Fallout, if you go to a town, you can kill the bartender who serves you shit.
We got a feature commenter. Can I get an air horn?
Double air horn coming up.
From Lethal Migraine. I can honestly say I have never enjoyed a Rockstar game. God damn it, they are great artists, terrible storytellers, and the gameplay is never good enough. All Rockstar games get repetitive and boring within 3 hours.
Can I have this one?
I'm gonna let you have this one.
This is history with me.
Go ahead,
this is history with me.
Go ahead.
This is.
All right.
This is not a good opinion. This is not a good opinion.
From
Rockstar,
Lethal Migraine?
Yeah, this is from Lethal Migraine. Yeah, are we gonna get another air horn? Yeah. So I've been playing Rockstar games my entire life, all the way back to the GTA 1s on PlayStation, GTA 3 on PS2, Manhunt, Bully, GTA Vice City, all of their stories. They not only built the platform, built the platform for open world sort of narratives in games, but they also are not repetitive. They are not repetitive. They are very unique. Okay, I will take you two contrasts, right? One, Manhunt. Have you ever heard of this game? It was very controversial in multiple countries. It was banned because of its violence. You were basically this dude you're a prisoner, put into this sort of movie, right? Everything is a set, but all these people are trying to kill you, and you try to kill them very gruesomely. You can cut them with a shard of glass, cut their heads off, do all these crazy shit, right?
Holy shit.
And that's a whole other story,
I never
right?
played this game.
On the other side is one of my favorites. On the other side, there's Bully, where you're at this private school, you're a kid that gets shipped off, and you go through this narrative of becoming either a bully or a nice kid, and you could choose all these other things.
Hold on really quick, air horn, because it's talking to you. We got a featured comment from Legally Mathquin. Manhunt was garbage.
Manhunt was garbage? I mean, sure, you can have your opinion, but I think that Manhunt was a great game. I really enjoyed it. Manhunt 1 and Manhunt 2. Manhunt 2 was on Wii, which was also fun. That's a completely separate topic.
It looks like you and Lethal Migraine are never getting together to play video games.
All right. Well, this is what I'll say is, so I played Red Dead Redemption, obviously the first one,
or Red Dead Revolver was the beginning one. So the story is, Rockstar bought the rights of a dying game from Capcom, which was Red Dead Revolver. It came out on PS2 back in the day.
I didn't know this story.
So the reason why Red Dead Redemption 2 exists is because of a Rockstar they were in Rockstar Toronto or one of these other northern Rockstar games. They bought a Capcom company, the company that makes Resident Evil, those games, right? Bought the rights to this game. They made this game Red Dead Revolver, and then they made Red Dead 2.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of the background.
But when I was playing Red Dead, right, because I got it right when it came out, 2011, 2010, whenever it was. I got my Xbox. I remember I was telling you about it, and I was trying to convince you to get Red Dead Redemption at that time after I first beat it the first time, because, and this is kind of in response to you, Lethal Migraine, is that the reason I became such a disciple. And I remember I would even tell you, dude, you gotta play Red Dead. You got I became a disciple. of Red Dead.
I was playing it before I met you because I was in high school when it came out.
No, you weren't in high school.
Yeah,
it didn't come out that long ago. It came out after I was in high school. You were in high school before me.
Look it up.
Anyways,
look up when Red Dead came out.
It was after 2009. You're tripping.
I don't think so. Dude.
Yeah, no, you are.
I don't think
Anyways, but that scene when there's a couple scenes that come to mind when I was playing the game, and while that scene was happening, I was like, God, this is amazing. The amount of emotions I was feeling, when the FBI agent
2010
finally, yeah, exactly. It was
no
after,
shit.
Yeah, you weren't playing it in high school.
May 18th, 2010.
You know what I'm thinking of? Gun.
Yeah. Anyways, but that scene where the FBI agent reveals to you that your family's still alive,
right.
And then you do that horse ride, and then that music comes on, and there's that beautiful sunset. They all orchestrated it perfectly for that ride to go back home, where your family's alive finally, and you go there. When I was on that ride, I remember thinking to myself, this is the dopest story I've ever played in a video game. Because you feel it when you're going home to your family. I was excited to see my family.
Oh,
A lot of people
you know
call
I mean?
it one of the best
I've never
Western
felt
narratives
that.
ever. They compare it
It
to
would
movies.
We
They
wanted
compare
it to be in a movie.
yeah.
I do remember that.
It would be one of the best Western movies if it was made into a movie.
And for a while it was rumored to be a movie, to become a movie, and who was the person that was rumored to play the main character?
Lethal Migraine's just not impressed by anything.
Devil's advocate over here. Can we get a horn for the devil's advocate?
Lethal Migraine featured Commodore. I've had a
What do you think about it, Sean?
come to my
I
house.
think that he's doing what I
impressed.
fucking said he was gonna do. He's giving me a goddamn fucking headache. He's giving me a fucking migraine. He's giving me a lethal one.
A
at
lethal
that.
migraine. Bow, bow.
Motherfucker. Anyways, what was I gonna say before this piece of shit interrupted us? And I forget.
Exactly,
Yes,
Bruce. Yeah,
exactly.
You get it, Kirk.
Exactly.
Thanks. That's why he's a mod.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The game was. I was gonna say that at the time it was a dope.
Online GTA. Okay, I'm not gonna interrupt.
All I was gonna
Sorry,
say
Sean.
is Josh
Sorry,
Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
Remember, everybody
Brolin.
talked.
No
And
Country
now
for Old Men.
Yes, because it was around the same time, and people were like,
Yeah, it
"Dude,
was.
Josh," and he looks kind of like the I can't think of his name. But
John
the main,
Marston?
Yeah, John Larson.
Marston.
Marston. That's
Marston.
right. And I
Mr.
rented
Marston?
it.
John Marston.
I rented this game recently and was playing it, and it's still fucking good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have the disc on PS3.
Right, it's still good.
It is.
And
But,
you can actually stream it on PlayStation has a streaming service. It's called PS Now, and they have it on there. $20 a month, you can play it on there.
Okay, I don't.
You
have
can play it on
I
your
don't-
computer.
I don't have PlayStation. I don't care. So
It's fun. I play it sometimes.
I know, but
Sorry, Sean. Sean.
No, this is when Sean cracks down.
Yeah,
it's
I think
happening.
the last hour
This
is bad. dude.
when
It's
Sean
bad,
really
dude. When we
has
do
a
the
full
drugs.
fundamental break. He really hits the
I'm not
horn
good at
hard.
doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not good at doing the horn.
I need to make it a click or something.
Yeah, or just like closer to me. But anyway, no, but the news story. I hope it is more like Fallout, where like, 'cause the thing I like about Fallout is you create your own game.
Can I enter in on the subject of Fallout in comparison?
Please.
Have you seen the trailer for Fallout 76?
Yeah, but it's all online, which is
right.
I'm not a
Are
fan
you familiar
of.
with this?
Yeah.
So Fallout 76 is basically just an all online.
It's a different game. It's no longer the same game.
So at Quake Fest, sorry, Quake is a Bethesda game, a first-person shooter game. They have their own sort of convention. They released all these sort of details about how like moderators of different servers can check back for people like fucking over other players. Because think about it. So in Fallout, it's just going to be a bunch of people trying to kill each other, right?
Okay.
But there's a system to fight that and to fight back. Because you could literally get a nuclear weapon and bomb other players' settlements.
Retarded.
In Fallout 76.
Right.
You could do all sorts of crazy shit.
Ridiculous.
But I think it's going to be a great palate cleanser and a great sort of transition between Fallout 4 and Fallout 5. Because Fallout 5 is still going to be a single-player, non-offline game.
The new one. They're going to make a new one.
But before they make Fallout 5, they're going to make Elder Scrolls 6. So the next Skyrim is coming out. Did you know that? I was watching E3 when they
hold my hand.
When they announced it, they literally were announcing another game they were doing. They're doing an
oh my God, y'all.
can't stand Bethesda either, but that is another day.
Fuck you,
Fucking
dude.
leave them hungry.
Hold your hands up.
That is the worst
Skyrim.
opinion ever.
Skyrim.
Worst opinion ever. Skyrim is one of the dopest games ever. Let me tell you about my Skyrim adventure.
I'm going to do it again, y'all. I'm feeling it,
I was
Lord.
a vampire. I
I'm feeling
like
it.
a vampire every single night. I had a wife. I had my own house.
Oh.
I had a golden armor. I slayed dragons every single day. I had a big sword, and I knew what to do with my sword. Oh, my God. And
easy now.
But that was my
Easy
Skyrim
now.
adventure,
Easy
man.
now.
So it
like
was a really
Skyrim,
good
come
game.
on, like
It was a
Bethesda,
good
you gonna be hating on Bethesda like that? That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, so I'll explain what happened at the E3. So Bethesda had the platform. It was about 7 o'clock Pacific Standard, something like that. Towards the end,
was Central Standard or Pacific Standard?
whatever. Towards the end of the segment, they
better
were
fucking know the
talking
right
about.
time.
I can't remember their new game they're talking about, but there's a new single player RPG game offline, narrative based that they're building. It's based in space, right? So they're doing a whole other franchise.
But
and then
it's going to be like Fallout, you're saying?
that game, it's going to be like a Skyrim Fallout, but except in space, more or less. But
Okay.
anyway,
I
they're
like
talking
that.
about this
I
game.
like
They make
that.
this a big deal. Then they talk about some other like free games that they're gonna launch in between, and then they're like, oh, it seems like it's gonna be over. But then they're like, and then we have something that everyone has been talking about, and boom, at the very last second, they put the Elder Scrolls song and sort of like the music on, and everyone's like, oh my god. And everyone goes crazy. Then they talk about Elder Scrolls 6.
Do you have the link
and how
to
it's-
this?
No, I have it. I was watching
It's on
it on
YouTube.
I have a video of me watching
okay.
it and reacting
I
to
don't
it
want to watch that.
on Twitch. But
no, but dude, wow.
Todd Howard. Yeah, it was
Finally.
Todd Howard is the dude that was he was a kind of a bad. Everyone at E3 was a terrible public speaker, and it was a cringe fest the whole time.
Oh
yeah, but it was really
First of all,
hilarious.
if you think anybody who's developing a game is about to be a good public speaker, why don't you think
You are
about
mistaken.
why don't you think about the people who are fucking making these games? Okay, do yourself a favor. All right, they're not fucking debate masters degrees or whatever y'all fucking cunts did. They're
It was
just-
a cringe fest, dude. I'm like, dude, you can communicate this game better than this. Hire someone if you can't talk.
no, but they're all. But that's the thing. They got a big ego because they got the money now. So now their ego is.
Yeah.
Even with their ego,
Yeah.
it's like, God, you can communicate it better, bro. It's just,
Everybody's kissing their ass.
they have these gimmicks, and it's all
Retarded.
God, dude. I can't even.
I've
You have
seen-
to watch
I've
it.
seen Silicon
Just watch
Valley.
E3. Just
I've
watch
seen
E3 and
Silicon
watch
Valley. I
these. Some of them are
understand.
very heartfelt and very good, but others are just like, what? What are you trying to tell me, dude?
Did you see the video I sent you guys to on Instagram
Which one?
of the new VR concept? So you're
Yeah,
doing
with that bitch who needs to eat.
Oh, those things exist. They're pretty.
Yeah, they've been
in
existing.
development. but they do.
they're in development and they exist, and so do the bodysuits. So that way you can feel senses.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So that way, like you can have sex
Right.
in a
Oh,
game, right?
okay. I didn't even think of that.
And you'll feel like warmness around your groin.
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I like
Imagine that. So imagine like you're playing GTA. Pick up a hookah. You can feel it in the car.
Or you get shot.
It's not just the controller vibrating, it's you. That's
Well,
that's what
there's
Todd
like
Howard is getting
a
wrong. Like if I did a
chest,
trailer for GTA with the sense suit.
I don't think it's ready yet. I think that it would be very overambitious, and it would be like. It'd be like when Nintendo released the Nintendo Power Fist arm thing,
yeah, but just
where you
release
could control
it
games.
because
Like,
that's going to cause competition to get and to innovate it better.
I think that is like a 10-year project. It's sort of like when PS was developing their Morpheus project, which was the virtual reality. You know how long that shit took? It was called Morpheus when it first came out, and it took probably a decade for it to come out. And its first iteration wasn't that great.
But they are like coming out with.
I mean, sure, they're probably developing a higher definition version of what they have, but I mean,
the dope
that
part
took them
about
for
it
fucking ever.
is that they have the trackpad that
You
they
know
can
what,
walk
Lethal
on now.
Migraine? You're one more bad opinion from being banned. All right, we don't follow the Constitution here. You don't have that much freedom of speech.
Okay, no. The Power Glove. They agree on me on one thing. They were like the Nintendo Power Glove was good. Do you know what the Nintendo Power Glove was?
Yeah, it was dope.
Do you know what that was? Here, I'll pull it up.
But it was basically the closest we've come to like physiological senses when it came to video games, right? But this shit's being developed, and it's already been developed. If you go to websites,
Okay, I'm already out of it with seeing this guy who's promoting it.
Here's a
oh my
here's a
God.
Nintendo Power
Let's
Glove.
just talk about his fashion, though. You
It's
see
basically
this?
a
Like, he
remote
looks like
that
he's
you
got-
had and you held it like a glove.
He's purposely
This
dressing.
is a demonstration. This was back when it came out, dude. It was cheesy.
What year?
Nintendo, like
Oh,
early
what year?
90s.
Oh, I was
90s.
gonna say it looks like the early '90s. I thought this was like it's pretty clear video.
Just to give a
Okay.
quick.
Oh,
little
this
history
is a
of
new
the
video. This isn't from the 90s.
Oh, he's making fun of the 80s.
No, he's doing a demonstration of what
No,
it was.
he's making fun of it by dressing like that.
Right.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Anyways,
Yeah, but that's what
I
the Power Glove was.
But it's not. If you think VR is very, very dead, you have to understand where technology is going. Technology and every company is going to be competing to make visual experiences closer to the body. The first company that's able to master that is going to be every other console. We think PS and it's just Xbox and PS. The first company that masters the body within the visual.
It's going to be PC. Hands down.
Oh, yeah,
it's
of
not going to be
course.
console.
No, yeah,
Console's
it's-
going to
yeah.
follow PC. PC is
Yeah.
going to develop that stuff you were watching earlier with on the trackpad. That's all PC.
Well,
That's not
hey,
console.
hold on.
Wait, no, Ray Kurvitz, he's a futurist and a technologist, and Bill Gates said if there's one futurist who's actually almost always accurate, it's Ray Kurvitz. And
he's a crazy mofo too.
he is. But he predicted.
He talks about singularity and computation and stuff.
He
It's
predicted
weird.
that by 2027 we would have fully integrated VR and AR with all 5 senses, which means when you're in a game, you can taste, you can smell, you can hear, you can see.
There's no console. There's no PC. There's a chip, and you're in it.
Yeah, you're in it. And
Like Ready Player One.
More or less, except
more or
without the
less.
goggles. Like you're like it's like the Matrix.
Like the
you
computer
get inserted into it.
is in you.
Your biometrics are in a game.
Yeah. Like
your
you're there.
sensory,
You're
like
there.
everything in your mind is like imagine
In
plugging
2027?
to your head.
2027.
Oh, we ain't even gonna be 40 yet.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll still be able to play those.
So VR ain't dead, dude.
and-
Like
and
technology is becoming
There's also
radically
speculation
revolutionized.
that by the time we're really old, by the time we're 60, 70 years old, that we as people will be watching our human self at funerals, and we will be transported into a computer.
Yeah.
And our existence and our being and our personality, everything
that's
about
like-
us will
that's-
be transported, and we will watch our corporeal self die.
That's like that Black Mirror stuff, but Ray Kurvitz takes it to another level, which is he thinks that by 2050, so a few companies are working on the chip right now. What they've done is they've worked with insects, and basically all they're trying to do is to download the brain of an insect and also get a computer chip in them.
Studies on this,
It's worked so far, and so the proof of concept has worked.
Right.
And so basically, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be a computer chip in your brain, and it's going to be all these little tiny like nano foglets inside of your brain. So every time you have a thought, like if I see you and you're a famous comedian in 2030, but I can't really figure out who you are. I know you. I know I've seen you. It'll just kind of appear in my brain. Sean Magers was on Comedy Special 2 years ago, featured artist, been on Jimmy Kimmel 3 times, right? And then, so by the time I shake your hand, when you're approaching me, be like, hey, man, you were on Comedy Central. I saw you. It answers, so you have a computer in your brain, and your brain and your computer work simultaneously together. And that is actually the modest prediction to happen by 2035.
Really?
You know what I think? All this is going to eliminate the ego.
It's also going to eliminate schools.
It's going to eliminate the function of the brain too.
That's what I mean.
It is. And that's singularity.
So that's
it's
when we
purely computerized.
See,
that's when we become like the alien species.
Well, what is it? It's Terminator, right? So the thing that Terminator gets wrong is like people have this concept of like robotics becoming evil and everything. That's not necessarily it. See, like Elon Musk talks about it in depth. Why he's talking about it as Pandora's box is because it's much more insidious. It's not a robot that like attacks us and gets evil because they think that we're bad for humanity and humanity kills themselves, so let's kill them like every movie does. It's not like that. What advanced singularity is that because the computer's in our brain and our brains become attached to the cloud, and the cloud is what we go to for all answers and all thinking, the singularity is that there's no longer a distinction between the human brain and a robot, because your human brain has now entangled so much within the robot and the cloud space that you are now one with robotics.
So that's how that go back to what we were talking about in the beginning.
We lose the human distinction.
Is that it becomes where we make ourselves like the AI that we're creating.
And so we become it.
We become it.
We become one.
So we become the AI.
That's it.
Multiple horns.
That's the end of the show right there. We're all going to become fucking robots.
You think they give a shit about humanity?
That's a trip, though.
That's what Angiosperm says.
It's a trip.
It is a trip.
Because
it's scary. It's a trip. It sucks. But at the same time, it's where we're headed.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna be
That's
money.
all
It's gonna be
about.
a money man's game.
So, Bruce, before we leave tonight, can you please tell the fans that are on with us live about how they can win a free watch?
Oh, right. So if
you can keep your time before we're up.
If you go to our Instagram page, y'all, there are 2 ways you can get a free watch. One is that you just shout us out on your story. That's one raffle. The second way is subscribe to our YouTube and then just DM us on Instagram that you subscribe to our YouTube, and just take a screenshot doing that. So here's the thing. As we grow our Instagram pages, like you do giveaways, you do raffle things. And we're learning the steps as we grow, as we continue to look at new strategies on how to grow. And so we did our giveaway too early. We just did, because we only got like 290 followers on Instagram or something like that.
Right, but we did it for the fans. We did it for the We got some supporters.
It's a good outreach sort of project.
But we need you supporters who are on Twitch to use your Instagrams and your YouTube accounts to subscribe.
If you got a Gmail, you got a YouTube.
And to follow us, okay? Because that's where the account is, for real. Just join it. We want to give you a fucking watch.
And here's the thing:
you got
is
Amazon Prime,
because
throw them here too.
Yeah, because we did it as such a young page, we don't have many people that entered in the competition.
So you got a good chance of winning a watch, is what we're telling you.
I'm going to tell you right now, we've only had 4 people enter into the giveaway. So
that's a 25% chance.
Yeah. So enter in. Like, you got a good shot. And the next time we do a giveaway, we're going to do it when we have 1,000 followers.
That means you, Kurt. That means you, Lethal Migraine. That means you, Angiosperms.
Yeah, Kurt, you have a YouTube, dude. You got to go. You're a mod, dude. You have to go follow and
Put
subscribe.
our
the
YouTube link on here. They could copy it. They could paste it on
Take
their
advantage
fucking
of the
YouTube.
fact that we did a contest too soon.
You guys, yeah, for real.
Basically.
And then our next contest, we're going to do another contest soon. We're not going to stop.
No, we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, we'll keep paying money to fucking give you assholes gifts. But take advantage of it from now because
yeah, straight up.
we're telling you as our real fans here, our original fans.
Go on Instagram.
Go on Instagram. Use Guys Podcast. Use Guys Podcast.
I'm trying to put up the link right now.
We're going to give you the link in a second.
And
And
then,
follow
yeah.
us or share a story. Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
Share a story of us on your story. So share a post of ours on your story. Screenshot that. Send it to us in a DM, and we have proof that you entered the raffle. You know what I'm saying? And also, I don't know if Angiosperm or Lethal Migraine or Kurt, if y'all follow us on the Instagram, you need to. That we got a lot of content on there.
Yep, and it's growing.
It's growing. We're putting the content on there. Support the YouTube. Help support us.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
link is up. That
we
link is
appreciate
live
the
and it's
Twitch.
fresh.
We appreciate the Twitch support. You know what I'm saying? And we want the YouTube support. We want the Instagram support because we're growing and we're growing with y'all. Don't think we're gonna forget that. So I don't know why he put the YouTube link up there.
It's for the instant subscribe.
All right, well then, okay.
Subscribe. Everyone subscribe.
Go to the
Lethal
YouTube.
Migraine. Go subscribe.
Yeah, go.
All the other people go subscribe.
Angiosperm, Kurt, go
Screenshot
go ahead and
it, send
subscribe.
us
Charles,
on Instagram.
Charles already subscribed.
I don't think he has copied it and entered
No,
the
he did.
contest. Charles and Angiosperm, Kurt, Lethal Migraine. Go to there, subscribe, screenshot this, subscribe, send it to us in a DM on Instagram. Put our fucking Instagram though, so they can find
we'll
our
put the
Instagram. Use Guys
I gotta find it
Podcast
first.
on Instagram. Look us up. For real, support us. We're appreciating all the love. Let's keep it going.
So I wanted to do an ending segment on the sex line, but during break I was told that we couldn't do the sex line as a topic for the ending segment anymore. So what we're gonna do from now on is the first Sunday of every month we will do the sex line for the ending segment. But the second, third, and fourth Sunday, we are going to leave the last segment after break up to you all, so you guys can kind of dictate what we talk about for the last segment, and we'll just do it that way. Are you putting the Instagram link
I'm
up right
trying to, but it's kind of hard.
Well, it is hard on computer. But yeah, if you guys want to read about that shit, though, it's really fascinating. Ray Kurvitz, I may be kind of butchering his last name, but Ray Kurvitz is really fascinating, dude. He's actually vouched for by most of the technological community. But he has a TED Talk where he explains how the advancement of technology works, and it's really fascinating. The most mind-boggling part of his futurism is that in the year 2000, and I want to say he says it's going to be 2045, he believes that we are going to have these things called Kurzweil. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
We are going to have these things called nanofoglets. Nanofoglets are this thing that it's kind of like in Fifth Element. You know how she kind of puts that seed in the microwave, then all of a sudden it becomes like a fucking chicken dinner out of nowhere, and it looks amazing. Oh, jeez. Gosh. Anyways, nanofoglets are something that it's like this little tiny nanobot, and they come together as like a giant cloud, and they can form literally anything into existence.
So this is real? Really? This is going to be real?
In 2045.
That's crazy.
Oh, my God. Get the fuck out of here. What year is it?
So we'll be 55, 57
Oh, we'll
years
be
old.
alive. I mean, I might be if I don't kill myself by then, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'd have nanofoglets by then. I think that would be worth it.
I mean, if I could live to, like, do half of the things they're talking about, I'm sure it will help my depression. So, yeah.
Nah, man, I think there's depression, dude. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because depression is never.
Don't say that. There's nanotechnology, actually, to help depression. We can go into a whole topic about
Is
that.
there?
Yeah.
There has to be.
Well, there's nanotechnology, the idea of putting things, because depression is all chemical imbalance.
Right.
It's different shockwaves that aren't being. Well, if you could put a nanobot into your brain, into your bloodstream, go into your brain, it will basically substitute that. Because
Those
weed,
chemicals.
Well, that's-
THC, chemicals, all this stuff naturally
Can't
does
function
that.
and do that.
And there's natural ways to take over that. So there are ways to battle depression. Don't be ignorant to think
that's true.
that the
That's
powers
true.
that be who have told us that the only way we can do it is by taking these pills.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
No, there's ways to get around depression. We just haven't figured it out because people don't want to talk about it enough.
He did say by the year 2023 that 98% of diseases would be casted as irrelevant.
But people don't think that depression is a disease.
It is. You are right there. You're absolutely correct. And that would actually be rather fascinating if they're actually, and there could be, if you look it up, there may be like technological advances in understanding depression.
Right.
And how to
And
battle it
living
through
it in the
technology
future.
instead of pharmaceutical drugs that just fucks up people on depression.
Well, there is. There absolutely is because they already know how to do it. They're just trying to do it with pharmaceutical drugs. But if you could make a nanobot that could do what they're trying to do with these pharmaceutical drugs, right? To
Much
try
more
to
efficient.
touch these neurons in your brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a nanobot you can design to do that or control it to do that on demand.
Right.
Right. And you could change it whenever you want.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But
is it possible? Yes, but depression, and my fear is depression is going to become the future cancer. Cancer will be cured, but now depression isn't.
It's expected by the end of 2018, cancer will be just a cold.
Cancer will be cured
wiped out.
because cancer should be cured about a decade ago. But so we have the cure to cancer. and then
Stanford actually may have
they'll
just
give
found
us
it.
they'll give us that, and then they'll say, well, now we need to find the cure for depression. There has to be something because it's not like all the pharmaceutical drugs and all these companies are going to
and their testing
we're
and
done.
their
All right,
research
I guess we're done. We did our
understanding.
job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to be like, oh, well, now depression. So then they'll start paying attention to mental illness, and then they'll start, you know, what I
becoming
mean?
a bigger deal
right?
and growing.
But it's
yeah.
a damn shame because y'all should fucking be paying attention to it now.
It is, hands down. But I mean, it is what it is. But it'll keep growing, and people will keep advocating for it. But I mean, that's another topic for another show, ultimately. So
yeah, well, I'll talk about another topic
we're
for
wrapping
another
it
show.
up.
By the way, tomorrow we're going to be at a protest for some cops and killings and whatever. Who cares?
So we're going to be doing a little IRL
Whatever.
streaming
It's-
tomorrow. We're
it's
going to
for
get the
another
selfie
show.
sticks.
It's for another show. Who cares?
And we're going to be doing it.
Yeah, no, tomorrow we're going live at the state capitol. There's a protest happening. Basically, there are two pieces of legislation being put on the Capitol. One is that police have to be transparent about their internal investigations, i.e. if like a cop like planted evidence, the cops can't hide
Like
that
Baltimore.
even anymore. They have to be transparent about
How?
their findings. What?
How?
What do you mean how?
There's
just
got to be
wondering,
transparent.
like,
Oh, because they create accountability offices that are independent of the police office stations.
what does that mean? You just said a bunch of big words, but what do you actually mean?
So you got an office of police officers that are in charge of internal investigations. What this would do was it would put like a citizens accountability forum within the police office that would make sure that all their proceedings were transparent, but also all their proceedings would be publicly transparent through the court systems.
Oh, so whatever they did, we'd at least be able to see what their reasons were.
Exactly. And if a cop did kill an unarmed person, the cop would have the burden of proof to prove why it was justified to use that violence. Anyway, so we are going to be in support, doing a protest in advocation for those because the police
And
unions
streaming and
are
talking.
coming down hard on that legislation. They're trying to stop it. So tomorrow morning, we're doing a protest of a protest. We're going to be doing it live in Sacramento at the Capitol building. The use guys are invading politics. Can I get an air horn to that truth?
We get an air
There we
horn.
go.
So,
We
yeah.
are going to be there. We're going to be raising our fist and screaming our voices. We're going to be letting the world know that we ain't letting nobody take us for granted anymore.
Tell us,
If you want to
Sean.
shoot us down, then you're going to have to earn the right to shoot us down and prove to us why you shot us down. And that we ain't stopping for nobody, and we never will. And that we're here forever and ever and ever and ever.
Can we do it in the 1920s accent now? Like you're doing a horse race?
All right, ready? And we
Close
are
up,
not
close
ever
up.
going to let anybody tell us what we can do. Here we go. We're going to be down there for everybody. We're going to tell them how we feel. We're going to tell them all that we're here to protest the fact that cops are shooting people down innocent. And there we are. We're going to be cheering. We're going to be putting our fist up in the sky. We're going to be telling everybody that here's how we feel. And this is how we feel. And we're the best that we have ever felt. And that if you really want to feel any better, then you're going to feel and you're going to feel and you're going to feel. And I'm saying feel as many times as I possibly can. So you get my message. Everybody knows that we're going to be out there tomorrow at the Capitol feeling. And everybody feels that we're going to be out there tomorrow in the Capitol feeling good. And we're going to be feeling until we can't feel anymore.
Wow. I feel it. I feel the message.
That's the use guys.
I feel the
That's what
message.
we're about. So catch us on that IRL stream tomorrow. We're going to be communicating
strong.
We're going to be communicating with the masses. We're going to be talking to people. We're going to be protesting, chanting.
I have a
we're
boner.
eating food, probably drinking water, being healthy. We're doing all them things.
We're going to stay hydrated because it's hot outside. We're going to have gas masks because of the cops
because of the
smoke.
And the smoke. Our
have a
air
boner.
just is bad.
I'm
in
going to be
general.
wearing goggles because of the tear gas. I'm going to be wearing a
I have a
condom
boner.
because of the horse. I'm going to be doing everything I can to stay safe. And you better know that I'm going to be exercising my
boner.
right of free speech and exercising the right to say that
Yeah,
Bruce
best
has a
know it.
boner.
Yeah,
I have a boner.
All right, everybody.
All right,
Hey,
that's the use
thank you guys for
everybody.
joining us this
thanks
week.
for the follows, KAD. Thanks for those bitty bitties. You know,
Shout
we
out for
appreciate
the,
the
bitty
bitties.
Hey,
And
You'd like
and
it.
KAD
You'd like it.
subscribed on YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll go check
Oh,
out
thank
that.
you.
Also,
that,
Kurt,
screenshot.
so KAD already did it. Angiosperm, get off your fucking ass.
She-
Subscribe
she-
to us on YouTube.
She already subscribed. I
Thank you,
checked.
girl. I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for the subscribe, Angiosperm. We appreciate
Everybody else, come on, man. Subscribe to us.
that.
Go on Instagram.
You got an
Instagram.
Gmail? You got an email? You can subscribe.
You get one each. You get one for the YouTube, one for the Instagram. Literally, like we said, there's 4 people. I mean, do the math, okay? Because I'm not going to do it. You guys do the fucking math. Everybody, we're going to be here next week. Thank y'all so much for watching us. Shout out to all of you. We appreciate your love and your support.
We
We'll
will
be
be
here
here
next week.
again next week. And another announcement. Sorry, we forgot about this, but we're going to be at the Stockton Con.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to
Next
be
Saturday.
IRLing the Stockton Con next Saturday as
Yeah,
well.
live.
And we're going to
Tomorrow?
be live on that Saturday. And we're going live on Sunday too, right? Well, so then we'll talk about it and recap.
So we're going to be live tomorrow for the protest.
Live on Saturday.
Support of the bill. And then we're going to be live on Saturday for the Stockton Con, the Comic-Con, basically in Stockton Arena.
Yeah, we'll have people.
And if you're in the
talk to
area,
us.
come out and join. And we're going to be there live, our IRL, and we'd love to see you live. And then also, we're going to be live again next Sunday, Twitch/TGIFTD.
Thank God I'm fingering Tim Duncan.
And it's always been here, so just come back.
Thank you.
All right. I have a boner still.
Okay.
How far does Big Tobacco go to keep people hooked?
Big Tobacco designed cigarettes to be more addictive by genetically engineering the tobacco itself.
You really see the hold it takes on people.
Know the truth, spread the truth.
madness, but her name is magic. Her kisses turn your heart to ashes. Take my test, I hope you pass it. Painted 1940s classic. Whoa, I fill up your plate, the whole thing. Overtime your day, it's on me. 30 minutes late, it's my fault, my fault. I don't care if you love me not. Take it slow motion, astronaut. We could do what we do, and we could stay cold. Don't need to label what we got. We can play connect the dots. We could do what we do, and we could stay cold. She's busy, but you own a heartbeat. She's got you in your rhythm, but you're still on repeat. I fill up your plate, the whole thing. Overtime your day, it's on me. 30 minutes late, it's my fault, my fault. I don't care if you love me not. Take it slow motion, astronaut. We could do what we do, and we could stay cool. Don't need to label what we got. We can play connect the dots. We could do what we do, and we could stay cool. I'm sitting on the moon 'cause I can. Ask the boy who lives here for a little dance.